Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and broadcasting audio on the Dark Matter Network at artbell.com. Are you ready to witness something that you cannot explain?
I'm looking for you, you're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe the unexplained? Look into the sky.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from the bottom left-hand corner of the Nevada Triangle in the state of California, so go figure that. My name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host for Paranormal Central. Been doing this show now going on 6-7 years. Glad you can join us. I'm also the founder of a group called the Sanger Paranormal Society. I'm not just a talk show host. I have been investigating the paranormal for a long time. It is one of my passions, and I enjoy it immensely. And I am finding a lot of stuff that I need to show you guys. And that's one of the reasons why I started doing this. Because you need to see what we are discovering out there. And I can't do it by myself. I have a team. One of the members of the team is sitting right here to the right of me, which would be to the left of you, Alan Thomas.
Hi everyone, good to see you.
Emerald Bonilla is not here today. She is in Sacramento with her grandfather. Her grandfather's not doing so good, so she went out there to go visit. Hopefully everything will be okay with the grandfather. So,
hi Emerald, I know you're listening.
Hopefully she is listening. So, all right. For those who are watching us at live stream, obviously you're looking at us right now. We are also being broadcasted on the Dark Matter Network at artbell.com. We are sending them the audio, and they are pumping it through their network worldwide. So you have two ways of listening or watching us if you want, either on livestream.com or go to paranormalcentral.net, which is our website. And you have two links there. You can either go straight to livestream or go straight to the artbell.com website, and you can catch us there. We're going to be showing you some pictures here. And we'll be showing them live here on the screen. If you are at Art Bell, you can look at those pictures on the website. Tonight, we're not going to have Danny Valdrama because he's on vacation again. Actually, he's just coming back from San Jose, and he's en route right now, probably listening to us right now.
And, hi, Danny. We know you're listening.
Right. So he's actually probably listening to us right now in his vehicle. And he had to go, I think, take his daughter to school. She's in the Coast Guard, and I think she's going to school to become, higher up in the ranks, which is cool. And so he's on his way back, and he wasn't going to be able to make it in time. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Actually, we have some important breaking announcement that I'm going to go ahead and start off with a little bit here. We actually have, which is going to be really cool, anybody familiar with the Orang Pendek? Is that how you pronounce it? The Orang Pendeks. And different monsters from like China and India and the Yowie from Australia. Well, we have somebody that we're going to call from Bangkok, Thailand. All right. It is tomorrow over there at 9 o'clock a.m. is where we're going to be calling him. His name is Daniel. This guy here is the guy who's been going on these expeditions, and we actually got a line hooked up, and we're going to talk to him from Bangkok, Thailand. All right, you guys, and I think this is going to be the first time he's actually ever done an interview. Maybe, I think we'll have to talk to him about that, but he actually heard that we were talking about one of his expeditions on the show about a month ago or 3 weeks ago, because Danny, Danny does a Squatch report, and he did a small report on his expedition. And somebody said, "Hey, dude, artbell.com has some of your pictures on the website." So he said, "Really? What? So he notified Art Bell's people, Keith, and Keith sent us his email, and we got a hold of him, or actually Danny got a hold of him, and Danny made it happen. Thank you, Danny Valdrama. And we are now going to be speaking to him directly live from Bangkok, Thailand, believe it or not. So that is cool.
Man, international
phone call, guys. So that's awesome. I tell you, cell phones, I mean, you got to love them. So, and also, like I said, we're going to be breaking some major news here pretty quick. Also, remember last week, if you were here and you watched our show, I said that I was going to bring in that photograph that my mom had. And we saw the date. Actually, the date's on the paper. It's 1962, where my grandmother, who is very religious, every Christmas Eve used to do a live nativity scene with real-life human beings. And the way my mom was talking about it yesterday, a lot of people used to come over to the house, and it was a major thing there. Well, some of the guys who dressed up as the wise men and character were in front of the house, and somebody took a picture. Now, back then, they only had the 35 millimeter photograph, old cameras, right? So they snapped the picture, and on the date on the picture, and I'm going to show it to you. We actually scanned it into the computer system, so I'm going to show it to you. It says April 1960. I don't know if I can see it on here. It's awfully small. 62 or 63. 62, I'm pretty sure. And in the background, on the wood paneling of the house, behind the wise men, there is a face that appeared on the wood. And it's so small. Here's a picture, and I'm gonna get out of this chair before I show it to you, and I'm gonna walk it in front of the camera so you can see this thing. Okay. There is the face that appeared in the back on the wood of the paneling of the house. And I talked to my mom, because I got it from my mom last night. I said, "Okay, Mom," I go, "is this a picture hanging on the outside of the house?" And she laughed at me. She goes, "No, you don't hang pictures on the outside of the house." And I just wanted to confirm with her, because I know of this picture. I've seen this picture. When my mom showed it to me many years ago, we didn't have scanners back then. We didn't have computers, so there was no way of really taking this 35 piece of paper, millimeter paper, and scanning it and trying to make it bigger or anything. So Alan brought to the studio one of his scanners, and we scanned it into the computer. And we blew it up, and there's a face there, guys. The whole nativity scene is about the birth of Jesus, right? Well, the face is a male, has a beard, has a mustache on it. Okay. You guys know where I'm going with this? We're going to show this to you. You saw it, Alan. I mean, he's speechless right now. Alan doesn't get speechless. All right, so he's freaking speechless. Look at. All right, guys, I'm going to show this to you guys tonight. I think what we're going to do is, well, before I even go there. Okay, so we have some cool stuff that we're going to talk about and to show you. All right, tonight. So if you guys have some friends who like this type of stuff, then get on the dang phone and call them up right now and tell them to get on the show. Tell them to watch the show, because it's going to be one of those shows that I think it's going to blow some people's minds. First of all, let's start off with the special announcement that I think I started posting up on Wednesday. The special announcement. What is the special announcement? Last Monday, and I told you last Sunday, the following day, which is Monday, that we were going to have a meeting with the Fox Network here in Fresno, California. We shot with the new production company an episode for the TV show, and we experimented, and we put one together, and we went to the Fox Studios here in Fresno, California, and the general manager was there. We went into the meeting room with a big wood table and the big frickin' 50-inch LCD, high definition TV.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, Blu-ray, and my production guys brought in HD, HD, CD, put it in there, and let him see it. And we played him maybe about 10 minutes, and then we shut it off, and then he says, how many episodes were you going to give me? And I said, well, I thought I was just going to give him 8. And he goes, no, I want 26. And I went, huh?
26.
So the Fox Network here in Fresno, California has just ordered 26 episodes for Paranormal Central, guys.
Yeah, and the Fox call sign here is 26.
Right.
So we're going to have 26 shows on channel 26.
We are, and what he said is that he's going to play the episodes twice, which means it's going to go 52 weeks.
Right.
So it's going to go a whole year. So we have just been given the go to give them 26 episodes of Paranormal Central for television, guys. And they are talking with one of their affiliates in Los Angeles, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, and they're going to carry the show in Los Angeles as well. So,
and we're hoping,
it's going to start.
Yeah, I
domino
didn't
effect.
say if it would go up on the availability.
I got a feeling it is. If they put their first pilot on the availability system and that one sucked, okay, this one is going on there. So that is our special announcement, guys. We have been given the go-ahead. The Paranormal Central TV show has been given the green light, and we are going to give them 26 episodes, which means for the next 6 months, if you are in Central California and probably Los Angeles to start off with, you will be able to view our show on TV. Yeah, pressure is on.
Yeah, and we're trying to figure out a way where we can put it on like Vimeo or something like that. Only thing is we can't put it on for free. We'll probably have
let's clear this up. Okay, when the Fox Network says we want 26 episodes, okay, what they're doing is they're trying us out. Mm-hmm. So they're not we're not signing like a major contract with them for like hundreds and thousands of dollars. All right. We're going to produce it ourselves, and they're going to air the damn thing for free.
Yep.
And it looks like the way he was talking, he even mentioned it to us because they were going to give us a pretty lame time slot. After he saw the opening intro of the new show, he says, I think I could probably bump this up. So if you guys remember watching our last episode, the first pilot episode, they actually aired it at 11:30 right after Friends. And they didn't just air it on the Fox network. He also aired it the following week on the CW network as well, because the network, the Fox and the CW are together here in Fresno. They're owned by the same company, Sinclair Broadcasting out of Texas, which owns 90-something% of all the networks in the United States. I think it's going to finally happen, you guys. Obviously, you don't see the excitement from me here yet right now because I already fainted and I already drank a bottle of tequila on Tuesday after we got the information and got the announcement. So it takes a lot to get me excited, and Alan could pretty much verify this, that, our viewerships on YouTube right now are going through the frickin' roof, and I cannot even comprehend how many thousands of people per day are watching our shows. Not just one show, but all of the back shows. They're going back and they're watching all these shows. And, our every day is averages between 1,000 and 2,000 views per day. And that's blowing me away right now.
That's been growing.
And it's growing. It's still growing. Even on
and that
live
means
stream.
we're not ever going to stop this.
No. Yeah. Even on live stream heard on what was going on. 4 weeks ago, we only had 397 followers on live stream. Then they heard about the viewership, and they sent me a message and said, we're going to do something to increase your followers. And I said, okay. And I have no clue what they did, but now we're at 2,600 followers or subscribers, and it's increasing like almost 100 per day. And I don't know what they're doing, but it's not. It's when I get from the followers on live stream, I get dings on my iPhone because it tells me whenever you get a follower, you get a ding. Just like when you get a comment on YouTube, you got an email, you get hundreds. Well, I am getting literally hundreds of people subscribing to live stream on our channel, and a lot of these names I can't even pronounce.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And I was telling Alan this, and Alan said, you know what? The same thing on YouTube. A lot of them are overseas.
Yeah.
A lot are overseas. And I don't know how they're finding out about us, and I don't really care.
Well, all you guys in Saudi Arabia and over there, they listen. They actually have, where they can break it down in metrics.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually watching longer than any other country. Did you know that? Saudi Arabia. I don't know if it's our guys over there, that they're just kicking back and want to hear a little bit of home, and this kind of topic, or if it's actual Saudis listening. I have no idea, but I know a lot of the names.
Right.
I'm not even going to try to even say them because I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah, it's incredible, guys. Even the Fox Network here has ordered a commercial from us.
Right.
A 20-second commercial. And they're going to play that for free to pump. Okay. You guys understand what we are saying here? They're going to air our show for free. And we're going to get probably a time slot that's equivalent to frickin' Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon on late night TV.
Yeah, locally here.
Locally
but still.
We're going to be up against these guys.
Come on.
The general manager, when we went and sat and talked to him 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Came from his mouth because there was two other guys in there, and they were saying, what do you need to make this happen locally? What do you need? And obviously we need money. All right, I'm financing this by myself, you guys. Okay, and even the general manager James Peck, right? James.
Well, Mr. Peck.
Okay, Mr. Peck.
Jack
Peck. Jack Peck.
Mr. Peck.
He says you can play the live show that we did at the Crest Theater. He looked at that and he says, this could go up against, and that was, I'm not tooting my horn. My head is not going to explode, but he said, the passion that we have doing this, it's showing on freaking video because we're putting our soul, our life into this for you guys. All right, and they see it here at the Fox Network in Fresno, California. That's why. So we are going to give them 26 episodes, and there you go. So all those people in the central part of California and probably Los Angeles and Orange County will be able to see us live. All right. Now for all those other
recorded live, we'll be doing it live.
Oh yeah,
recorded
live, right.
So.
Yeah. So that is our major announcement. That just doesn't happen. So we are honored and flattered that they're giving us this opportunity to prove ourselves, and we're going to do it. Okay? So that is our major announcement.
I'm speechless on that one. It's so amazing. In fact, I was telling Jeffrey when I sat down, I go, I wanted a couple of minutes, and I'll take that couple minutes. A few years ago, I got hurt, got disabled, and I spent 5 years hiding from everyone, and riding around in a wheelchair and really no life, But I made some friends online that had the same disease I do, but then they committed. 3 of them committed suicide. I had a bunch more friends than that, but they committed suicide, and then it was like, I have to do something, I didn't want my life to be sitting in a little corner or anything like that, and then I met Jeff, and I got to thank Jeff. He got me out of my little corner and we've been on these adventures. We went on an adventure yesterday.
We're going to talk about that today.
Yeah, and it was quite an adventure. It was all day, and I actually there was something I had to swear with my right hand that I can't say what it is, but but I wanted to go up there really bad and see it like they did, and so I pushed myself. I made it about halfway, and my leg gave out, and so I thought I was going to fall back down the mountain, but I made it. I at least made it halfway, and then I sat down and let the leg rest, and then I made it to a place where they could pick me up with a car. But what I want to say is, you guys are great, man. I went from nobody, nowhere, hiding, and then Jeff's been helping me and pushing me and getting me out there, and I want to thank everyone for supporting me. And then a couple of weeks ago, I had a really bad infection. It was like touch and go. Like they were saying, if I didn't get to the hospital, I might not be sitting here right now.
I had no clue it was that serious.
Well, I wasn't telling anybody because I don't try to speak that. You know what I mean? Like, I believe that you can speak things in your life. So if you go around blabbing that, it's going to take you out, it gives whatever those forces are a chance to take you out, right? So I don't speak the negative stuff. I try to stay positive, and it worked. And here I am. But I want to thank everyone. I'm going to turn 56 Tuesday. And we've been doing the show. You guys are amazing. Because of you guys, I push myself to go even further on these expeditions and research trips and stuff like that. And I want to thank Jeff for even giving me the chance and the opportunity. And sometimes I feel like I'm not really all there for everybody, but I do as best and as much as I can. And for me, it's way far from being in a little corner hiding from everyone and sitting behind a computer monitor, hiding from your family and everything. So my family and my friends on here and fans and Jeff and everybody, you guys changed my life, and I want to thank everybody for that. And I'm glad I'm still sitting here.
I'm glad too.
Me too
as well. So, all right. Well, I just got a message. They want to know when the show is going to start airing at the end of next month, it looks like. So we got to start pumping out these shows. Actually, my cousin is coming down from LA tomorrow. She's actually the set designer, and I showed her the first episode, and I told her, oh, and by the way, we just got picked up for 26 episodes, and she went, I got to come down and change some things on the set because I don't like it, because her name's on the end of that credits. Ariel Rees, my cousin, she graduated from FIDIM. It's I guess it's like one of the schools where you go to learn the broadcast, the set design, all that for Hollywood. And she is like graduated top 3%.
Wow.
Yeah, and right now she's working on commercials and stuff, and so, her name is on this show. And so she's going to come down and she's bringing some stuff with her, and she's going to rearrange some of the stuff on the set and do some stuff that she thinks that needs to be done. So that's cool. I ordered, and I'm going to say it right now because, and unfortunately, you're not going to see it here on the internet show. No, you know what? I'm going to wait. No, I'm going to wait. So anyways, okay. So I want to thank everybody for sticking with us. I would have never thought in a million years we'd be where we're at. Seriously, guys, come on. I was doing this for kicks and how to say it, shits and giggles or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
It was like all about sharing the stuff.
Yeah,
that we're finding.
We're going out like we're going to talk about right now what we did yesterday, and the opportunity now has been given to us where you on Facebook always see pictures. Actually, you don't see pictures. Hardly you ever see footprints. You see possibly a stump in the forest, and somebody takes the picture and it gets frickin' 10,000 views. Well, it's a frickin' stump. people.
What about the one that, like I almost did it, man. I think I said this last week. The picture of the forest with all these red circles.
Right.
And I wanted to hide a Waldo in it because I didn't see anything. There was nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, and we go out there all the time. I mean, we're out there and they're ninjas. It isn't even worth putting it up.
No.
Unless you have something like out in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you have to strain your eyes and blow it up and still wonder if you're seeing something, don't put it on the internet.
A lot of these, and I'm not going to say what blogs or what websites or who are doing this, but they are grabbing whatever photographs they could find, and they're putting together a freaking 3-minute video, and they're putting it on Facebook. This is the best fit. We just got this on email, and what do you think? All they're doing is they're wanting you to go and watch the video so they can rack up the viewerships and make money. That is it.
That's all.
That's it. And you'll go and you'll say, I just wasted 3 minutes of my life watching this crap. And that's all they're doing. And they're not going up to the mountains. They're not going and spending nights and nights in houses and that have, spirits walking. They're not going out and sky watching. They're not going up to the mountains and spending nights after nights looking for Bigfoot and putting up cameras and climbing trees like we do. No, they're taking other people's stuff and they're grabbing it and they're making videos and then they're pushing it on Facebook, wanting you to go and look at it so they can get viewership and get money and monetize it and all that. That's it. And I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting really sick of it, to be honest with you guys. All right?
Especially when it's like some of them lately are old.
Yeah.
When you get on there and you're like, man, I seen that somewhere before.
2 years ago.
Yeah, and then you check it out. It's like, oh, man.
And they're bringing it out again. Why? Because half of you guys haven't seen it, or if you did see it, you guys probably forgot about it. But for them, they don't care. They want you to go watch the video so you can make them money. That's it. That's it, guys. All right?
And some of the other ones too, like before it's news or something. I try to load it. I have it on my phone.
Uh-huh.
And you load it up, and it takes like 5 minutes. Well, not that long, but a long time for all the ads to load. And then you got to find the story amongst all these ads. It's like, just put an ad or two. And then really put the story, because that's really what it's about to me. But okay. I understand they probably want to quit their job or whatever.
Yeah, what ain't gonna happen, So okay, so we basically went off on a tangent. But anyways, I was just saying thank you to everybody. A lot of people don't like what we're doing here. I mean, we are getting trolled like you wouldn't believe. They are just slamming us. And a lot of it is on YouTube. But you know what? Alan is not erasing those trolls who are slamming us. He's leaving them on there, and our fans are going back and they're taking care of business for us, and we want to thank you for that.
Yes.
All right. And some of these things that they're trolling about are just stupid stuff.
Well, we already know we can't please everyone.
Right.
So we're just bringing it what we got, and we're doing the best we can, and that's all we got, because we're giving it 110%.
But apparently it's working.
Yeah.
Whatever we're doing, it's working, because the viewerships on YouTube and on live stream is speaking for itself.
We have a whole new thing coming. I mean, we're going to be bringing stuff where we're bringing cameras. We're going to bring cameras on our field trips.
Right.
And we'll be able, on our internet show clips, little clips. It'll be mostly for TV. Once it airs, then we might be able to show a clip or two here and talk about it. It's going to be cool.
Now, I got to sit down with the production company and find out how much 26 episodes is going to cost, because we're talking hour shows here. But what's kind of cool though, some money. All right. So what's kind of cool though is that I feel if God willing and it works out, that maybe right around summer, Hollywood's going to take notice, because you just don't get the opportunity to put a TV show on TV for free.
Well, Mr. Peck, he said, he was saying there wasn't no roadblock, or he actually could see us on, but he doesn't have anything to do with it. But he could see us right on Sci-Fi, like right now.
Right.
What we have could go on Sci-Fi. I mean,
In a heartbeat. But I wouldn't want to go on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, but he's like saying it's good enough for that. That's why he's giving you airtime for free.
Right.
He's like, it's good enough for that. It's good enough for me, and I'm going to run it.
Right. But no, I wouldn't go on Sci-Fi. If they offered me a show on Sci-Fi, I would have to decline. Because everything on Sci-Fi, to me, is sci-fi. It's science fiction. Yeah. What we are going to provide you here is not science fiction. It's the real SHIT.
Yeah, it's more like
Nat
Geo.
Okay, it's the real stuff. We're not going to be a reality show. All right, we're not a reality show, guys. What I planned on this show is going to frickin' blow you out of the frickin' water. I've already got the first 2 or 3 episodes already lined up. I'm going to frickin' blow you out of the water. All right? I'm going to make you go, and I'm going to make you go speechless. And for all you trolls, you can kiss my you-know-what, but I'm going to blow you guys away. I am, and that's my intent. All right, you guys, because you guys haven't seen, you guys have no idea what I got planned. I mean, you think what we have behind us is cool? Okay? I'm having a freaking blast, and I'm going to still continue to put 150% of this in my heart and soul into this thing. And I want you guys to come back every freaking week. All right? I'm going to blow you guys away. I haven't even begin. Oh, my God. You guys have no idea. No idea. It's going to be
fun.
No idea. So, all right. All right, let's go. Let's continue. Let's just go. Yeah, you know what? We're going to call Bangkok, Thailand at the top of the hour at 6 o'clock our time in 30 minutes. I'm going to call Bangkok, Thailand, and we're going to talk to Daniel. And we're going to talk to him about the expeditions he's been doing in China, in India, in Australia, and wherever the Orang Pendek is. I believe it might. Well, Bangkok, Thailand. Malaysia? Yeah, Malaysia, maybe? Yeah. So we're going to talk to him live tomorrow morning from Bangkok, Thailand. So that's crazy. All right. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to blow your freaking socks off. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to use this picture on one as an episode for the TV show. All right, I'm going to get out. Okay, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of my freaking chair. I'm going to get my picture. I'm going to walk around Alan, and I'm going to put the picture right in front of the camera because that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show it to you how genuine it is. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Hold on. I'm going to unplug myself.
Yeah, it's the real deal. It's an old photograph. I mean, like,
I got it from my mom last night. I went to the house.
I think what did you say? What year? 60.
Oh, sheesh.
62.
63.
63. So I was 4 years old.
I wasn't born yet. Let's do this. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to bring down one of the lights here. Hold on, you guys.
Oh, you got to light it up, huh? Ooh, yeah. Okay. There you go.
Okay, see this paper? 35 millimeter paper? Okay. I have it scanned in the computer. I just want to show you the actual paper itself. And on top here is the date. Okay, this is the original picture I'm showing you right now. All right. All right. Okay.
That's actually a cool picture.
All right. All right. Prepare to get blown away. You guys ready? I made Alan speechless a little while ago. Alan went with me to my parents' house yesterday after our little excursion and to go pick it up. I called my mom and I said, "Mom, you know that picture?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm coming over to pick it up." She goes, huh? Yes, I'm coming over to pick it up. I'm going to show it on my show. And she goes, okay, let me go find it. I know she knows where it was, so, but okay. We scanned the picture before the show and into the computer system. And now I'm going to show you. Excuse me, I just burped. Okay, there is the, let's do that. Okay, there's the photograph. Again, what this is my grandma, they were even doing this before they moved to Sanger, California, where I was born and raised, is they used to get together and do a live nativity scene. You know, us Mexicans are really into that type of stuff, all right? And they used to do it. And here's a picture of, how's it coming out? Can you see it? Okay.
Yeah, it just came on.
It just came on? Okay. Here's some gentlemen in their
nativity scene.
And their getup.
It is.
Okay. Now, what I want you guys to do, okay, this is the front of the house back in McAllen, Texas, in 1963. April of 63 is when this thing was developed.
Okay, so this is outside.
This is outside. Okay. This is the front of the house, and what they did is, I guess they built a manger here, and let me tell you, when we used to do it here in Sanger, we used to have a lot of freaking people, 50 to 100 people used to show up. In McAllen, Texas, you know, my mom said a lot of people used to come over for this, all right? And they used to make tamales and menudo and really get into it. Now, this is outside. When they developed this, I don't know who noticed it, but look right here, guys. I'm circling it with the pointer. Do you see that right there? That is on the front of the house. Okay. That wasn't there when they took the photograph. That's not a photograph hanging on the outside of the house. It's not a painting. Okay. I'm going to zoom in on it. Now, this is a old photograph on actual Kodak paper or 35 millimeter paper, whatever it is. I'm going to zoom in on it. Now I'm going to bring in.
I think you can even scroll.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Did you guys see that? Okay, I'm looking down there. It's a there is a gap of whatchamacallit. But anyways, I'm looking at the iPad right now on Alan's iPad, and I'm going to see how it shows up there. There is a face there. All right, that is not a painting. That is not a picture. You can't. I'm waiting for it to come up on the iPad. There it comes. I just want to see the clarity it is, because I can't see how it's coming up. Okay, hold on. I know it should zoom in probably more. All right. That is a face. There is.
You can see it pretty good.
Yeah, there is somebody that has a beard, a mustache. All right. I'm gonna click on it and zoom in a little bit more. What does that look like to you guys? Now you have to understand, this is not a digital camera. This was taken in 1963 on, back then, probably because my parent or my grandma and my mom didn't have that much money back then. They had probably one of those probably disposable cameras. I'm thinking that's what they had. And they took this photograph.
They didn't even have disposable cameras.
Oh, they didn't have. Okay,
No.
so I don't know what camera they used.
It's probably like one of those little 110
I don't know.
compact.
Okay, that you open up in the back and put the film in and close it up.
Yeah,
type of deal.
It's have the little
Skinny
cartridge.
Yeah, cartridge. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that's probably what it is. And I wonder if do you think they have the negatives?
Oh no.
No.
Oh heck no.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So
Rats.
I'm looking at that, guys, and What I'm going to do, at this point in time, I know what I'm witnessing, what I'm looking at. All right. I see what I know what I see. Okay. Now, can that be a double exposure on a piece of paper? Is that face a duplicate face of another person standing around? It doesn't look like it to me. Okay. So
that's about as clear. I mean, I scanned it at the highest resolution.
Now, this is what we're going to do, guys. You guys all know who Mickey Burrow is. We had him on the show. He is our forensic expert, photography expert, works for law enforcement, CSI guy. I'm going to give him this photograph, and I'm going to let him scan it, and I'm going to let him work on it to see if he can bring out the detail in it. We're going to use this as an episode for TV, because if he can clear that up and pull up a face, I mean, I'm looking at a person's face. I am looking at eyes, mustache, beard. Obviously, it's very distorted, blurry.
Yeah, it's blurry to us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in the chat they said it's blurry.
Oh, yeah. That obviously, it's blurry, guys. That's what we see, too.
We
it's
couldn't
blurry.
focus it.
Yeah, there's no way we can focus it any better than this. You got to remember, it's off of a 35 millimeter piece of paper.
And, really, it might be blurry. You know what I mean? If it's not real, it's just some kind of entity thing. It might have been blurry.
I don't know. Again, but I'm telling you right now, my mom said this is not a painting. This is not a picture that they hung on the outside of the front of the house. This just appeared out of nowhere, and they noticed it and said, "Whoa!" All right, now I'm not going to say what I think it is, because I don't. But I see a human male's face there. I do. All right, that's what I see right there on the front of the house. All right, this is the stuff that I want to bring to you guys on our show. Remember I said several weeks ago, I'm sure there are people out there who have photographs that are underneath their underwear drawer, stuck away in a little plastic baggie, sitting there, just waiting to be discovered. This is the stuff that I want to bring out and show everybody, so other people could go, hey, maybe we ought to send them our picture, or send them a copy of our picture and see if they could blow it up, or see what it is. That's what our intent is here. Because you're not going to see this anywhere else. This is from my mom, my grandma, who's now died. But this, they're not, my parents, well, my mom back then, who I wasn't even born. I was born in 1966. This was in McAllen, Texas, way before I was born. All right, they're not going to put up a hoax. They're not going to. How can they hoax this? What would be the purpose of hoaxing something like this? All right, there isn't. There is no way. Now, I see a face on there. I do. I see a face. All right, Alan, do you see a face?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you see a face. Now.
Yeah, I could see one eye real good and the lips.
Yeah, I see. Really, really I see a beard. I see a mustache. I see it has long hair down to right about the chin area. That's what I see. Now, I could probably see it here clearer than what you guys see on the internet right now. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in just a little bit closer for you guys. Let me move the framing a little bit for you guys. Okay, that is probably the closest that we're gonna get as far as. Right. Now, what do you see? There is a time gap, because it's got to go since it's. So yeah, I just zoomed in. Is that zoomed in all the way? Yeah, I guess it is. So okay. So anyways, I think that's cool. Now, is it some type of a double exposure back then on one of those cameras? I don't know. Mickey Burrow is going to be able to tell us that.
Yeah, it almost looks like an orb with a face in it. You know how they have
orbs with faces on it?
Yeah, it almost looks like that, kind of like it is an orb.
Right.
But it's definitely has a face.
Okay. See, look at. I just got a text from a guy named Ryan. Says, Jeff, I've got a photo you have got to see. Well, that's the whole freaking idea.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what I want to do. I want you guys to bring out your photos that I want to see, and I want to give it to the most person who is highly qualified to take this photograph and input it into a freaking mega machine and clean it up and see what they can what he can find. That's what I want to do.
I'm sure if Mickey gets a hold of it and he plays with the contrast and stuff like that, I bet he could.
I'm pretty sure he can clean it up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can clean it up. Obviously, I don't have the technology. I am not a computer person, guys. Trust me, I am not. Alan is, but I think what we're gonna do is, again, this is gonna be for TV.
Well, I'm more your hands-on techie. I mean, I could build your computer, fix your computer. I'm not really the photo guy. Like I just saw scrolling by chat, 110 film. I think that's what it is. The 110.
110 film.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. All right.
I mean, 62, man. There wasn't a lot of options.
63.
I think they had Polaroids, but that's not a Polaroid.
No, it looks too small. It's too small for a Polaroid.
But that was like the basic when we were kids. That was the basic size when you got your photograph.
Yeah.
Your pictures, they were all like that size.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I think that is just way cool.
Yeah.
All right. That is just way freaking cool. For all you guys who are very religious, like I am, and like Alan is, I think that is just way cool. All right. My mom and my grandma they are very religious people. All right. Mm-hmm. Talking about church every Sunday. And you know, my mom, this is not fake. What?
A brownie camera. Man, I haven't heard that
I don't even
term
know what that is.
in. I used to play with those. Like, they were the only ones, you know, that back then you could push the button and wind them, even though it didn't have film in it. So you could run around. I played with it like a toy. You know.
Yeah. No. Okay. That's the stuff I want to bring in. Like I said, here's my first text I just got from Facebook. Orion, I have my grandmother. This is what he said. He goes, Jeff, I've got a photo you've got to see. Ryan says, I'll have my grandmother dig it up for me this week, and I'll send it to you, brother. Right on, brother. I don't know what it is, but now you've got me excited. But now the question is, text me or call me before you send it, because if it's the original, we have to do something. I don't want the original. Right. Not unless you live close by, Ryan. I don't know. Oh, wait. Is this Ryan Univision? No, this isn't Ryan. Never mind. Let me find out where this guy's at. Hold on. I'm looking on his...
Yeah, the brownies had square pictures like that.
Oh, okay. This guy, Brian, is in West Virginia. So
no, but he could scan.
He can scan it and email it, depending. Right. Because I don't want you to send me the original, because I don't want it to get lost if it's a one of a kind and only one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure we can figure out how to get. But that's what I want. I want people like that. You guys have grandmothers who have photographs, that were taken in 1950 or 40, and
man, I forgot. I was gonna tell. I was on Daryl Mapson's show, Daryl and Friends, on Wednesday, and he brought a picture in. But the only thing is, he took a picture of a picture in a frame,
right?
But it has a UFO from 1977, and I was gonna.
Where did he get that? Was it a friend of his that had the picture and he took a picture of it? Was it a cell phone, or
it was his cousin? Or his brother, and they took the picture in 1977, and then they thought it was so cool they framed it.
Sure.
And they have it hanging in their house.
Oh.
And then he came along with his cell phone and took a picture.
Wow. Okay. Where did
he used that on the backdrop on the green screen behind
you
us.
Need to find out where that picture's at.
Yeah, I asked him if we could use it, and he said yeah, and I forgot all about it.
Well, I think it's...
We'll get a hold...
We need to get a hold of the original.
Yeah.
Find out.
Maybe I could have him scan it and
well, find out where the original is, because if it's here in Fresno,
it might be.
Then we'll be able to take the camera crew out there and maybe even take our computer system and scanner and do it right there in their house and scan it.
Ooh,
you know
that
what I'm
sounds
saying?
good.
That's what we can do.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So, guys, this stuff is awesome. Now, remember last week I was talking to you guys about. I just threw this photograph out there because I remember my mom had it, and I actually showed it on my show here like about 4 years ago when we had our little tiny studio in the house. All right. And then last week, I also told you another story that happened to me when I was going to college in LA. Do you guys remember that? I went to DeVry, DEVRY, Institute of Technology. I got my degree in electronics, and it was like one of the first schools that opened up in the city of industry in Los Angeles. And I became the assistant bookstore manager there, and sometimes my duty was to go out to the a specific bank, which is not actually, it was like literally down the street where the college was at, and I had to go get rolls of coins for the bookstore for change. So I would go over there and I would get change, and one day, as I was getting the rolls of whatever I requested at that time, and I don't remember if I don't think I saw it there in the bank, but when I brought it to the actual bookstore and I was at the cash register opening up, grabbing a roll of nickels, I grabbed a roll of nickels, and something that was written on there caught my attention really quick. All right. I was born and raised here in Fresno, California. Fresno to City of Industry, it's about 300 miles, 250 to 300 miles, okay? I saw a name on there, on the roll of nickels, V. Gonzalez, and a phone number. That was my mom. It was my mom's handwriting. It was my mom rolled these nickels somewhere here in Fresno, California, and somehow I intercepted them in Los Angeles. So I have it here. I've actually had it in my wallet for good luck. It's right here. What I'm going to do is actually I gave it to Ellen. Ellen scanned it, and I'm going to do is I'm going to show it to you guys right now. The odds. Think about this. What are the odds of me intercepting something that my mom rolled? Yeah, it's okay. I'm going to show it to you guys. And boom. And let me open it up. And there it is, guys. Okay, and there's even a date on here, 4/24/81. When I intercepted these roll of nickels, it was because I went to college in 84 and 88. So, this roll of nickels, when they printed up the actual roll of nickels, maybe that's the date on there. I don't know. But V. Gonzalez is my mom, and that's my mom's home phone number right there. Now, I'm hoping that you guys aren't going to call them and crank call them. But the last number there, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but or give you the zip code, or not zip code, but the area code. But that is my mom's handwriting and her phone number and her name. Because back then, when you used to roll up the nickels, they required you to put your name on there. Just so that if you're short a nickel or two, or you faked them out,
they'll charge it to your account in the bank.
All right.
Now you can't. They don't even take them.
They don't. Oh no! They dump it all in that coin machine, and it adds it up on all that.
My granddaughter spent like a whole day rolling this big jug.
Oh my
pennies.
gosh! You don't have to do that anymore.
And then I took them in there, and the lady's like, "Could you dump them out?" It's like, oh man.
So, see, Paranormal Central. Me intercepting this roll of nickels is not normal.
No, that's supernatural.
That's like, yeah, supernatural.
Yeah,
that's not normal.
Happen.
That's paranormal. That doesn't happen, you guys.
You know what the odds are of getting a roll of nickels from your mom that she rolled, 400 miles away or something like that,
right.
And then you open it up maybe even a couple of years later after she even rolled it. Man.
So that's what this show is all about. I'm going to bring you stuff like this that are going to go, whoa, are you kidding me? And you guys, for those who know me, all right, I am not going to bullshit any of this stuff. Excuse my language. But you will never, ever see me fibbing, lying. Everything you see here is going to be 150 million% the truth. I am not going to be some guy on a reality show faking stuff up to bring you guys back every week. That's bull crap. All right? That is just strictly bull freaking crap. That's not my show. I'm not going to do that here. All right? I'm going to put a good show on for you guys, and I'm going to show you some real stuff like what I just showed you right now, and I'm going to blow you guys away. I haven't even started. All right? This is the stuff that I want to do to you guys, all right? And I hope you guys like it and enjoy it because...
Well, I'm hoping that all you guys... I know for a fact there's probably half of you listening have some cool pictures.
Oh, yeah. We already got... I just got a message, all right, from somebody in West Virginia. Jeff, you have to see my grandmother's picture. Well, show it to me, Ryan.
I bet there's a lot of people that have... Or old movies or videos or
that
whatever.
have something in there.
Yeah. And I would love to see him. We'll have you on the show. I mean, we love... Isn't that cool, like finding old stuff like that picture in 1962? Right. I mean, come on. That is freaking awesome.
There's somebody calling in from northern Los Angeles right now. I can't answer it because we are going to be calling Bangkok, Thailand, and talking to Daniel. So, and I don't know why it's 805 area code northern Los Angeles. So, if it's important, can you please... If anybody wants to call me or send me a message, go to our website, paranormalcentral.net. And there's a form on there that Alan put together.
I think it's like contact us.
Contact us.
Yeah.
All right. It's really easy, dude. I mean, you got to put your name, your email, and whatever you want to tell me. Send it to me. All right. And I will personally get it. If it's a picture or video that you want me to see, tell me about it. All right. I want you guys to freaking blow me away, because if you blow me away, then we're going to blow all of our audience away, and that's what I want to do. All right? So, okay, and then, you know what, right now, let's call freaking Bangkok, Thailand. Can't believe I'm going to do this right now. Okay,
what
obviously.
Time is it?
It's top of the hour.
Oh, right on, it's time.
Yeah. All right.
This is going to be cool. I was looking at some of the pictures. This guy's been all over the world chasing these
monsters,
hominids. Monsters.
All right, here we go.
The Orang Pendek actually means little man. I was looking at, doing a little research on it.
All right, so
it means little man.
0,
I thought it meant
11
orang
for international.
Orangutan, Don't say his number.
No.
He'll start getting calls.
Now, how come I'm not even hearing that though right now? 11.
Man, like EVPs.
Okay, I don't
how many people have like scary EVPs?
Oh shoot! I got to take my case off because I'm using my personal phone on this one.
Oh.
And I couldn't hear the dialing on there because the case was preventing me to go all the way in. All right, here we go. Whew. I probably just called him right now, and he's like, "I didn't get it."
I put EVPs, not egos. I didn't mean egos. EVPs. Everybody knows what that is. Electronic voice.
Okay, hold on. How come I don't hear it?
I don't hear it either.
Good morning.
Hello, Daniel.
Hello, it's me.
Okay, hold
Hi,
on.
Daniel.
Let me crank up the volume here. Okay, talk to me. Can you hear me? All right, there you go. All right, Daniel. Good morning.
Yes.
Did you have a
good morning? How are you guys?
Good. Did you have a good sleep?
Yeah, it's actually quite warm here in Bangkok, around 80 degrees right now.
80 degrees, man.
Oh my God.
Is it humid?
And sunny.
Is it humid?
Sorry? No, it's actually clear right now, sunny.
Is it? Right on. So, all right. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show. I appreciate it. How you heard? I guess someone called you. Someone notified you that we were talking about you a couple of weeks ago on our show, right?
Well, what happened is I sent out a short press release to Cryptomundo website.
Okay.
And they posted it, so I did some more research, and I found my name connected with the radio show.
Okay.
So I clicked that on the internet, and it had your radio show there, and it had my photos.
Right
so
on.
I figured I'd contact you guys.
Right
to
on.
To give you guys more information on the expedition.
Cool deal. Okay. Well, right on. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about you. First of all, you're from Canada, right?
Well, long story. Originally from Vancouver, BC.
Okay.
But then I spent about 15 years in Europe. And since 2009, I've been living in Asia. Got it.
And what are you doing over there?
Well, actually, I'm a PE teacher.
You're a PE
I
teacher.
teach physical education. That's right. I teach phys ed and health ed.
Wow. And what are the ages? Are you like elementary, junior high, or?
Yeah, right now I'm elementary, so anywhere from 3 to about 11 years of age.
Right on. Cool. So what got you involved in crypto?
Well, the thing is, I grew up in British Columbia, right? So
Okay.
that kind of stuff that's always been there. You know, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, sea serpents, lake monsters. So I was exposed to that back in the late 70s as a kid.
Right on. Okay.
So it's something I've always been thinking about. And when I moved to Asia, I figured, why not start investigating some of these Asian ones, these Asian cryptids?
Sure. That's
Man,
awesome.
they have
So I
them.
did my first expedition in 2008. I went to southern Malaysia to
Okay.
investigate what's known as the Orang Mawak, the Malaysian Bigfoot. So that was my first investigation back in 2008. And I've been doing one or two each year since then.
Wow, that's cool. Okay, so right now you've been on what, 3 or 4 expeditions, right?
In terms of Orang Pendek, this is my 4th expedition.
It's 4th. Okay. Now, and the orange, that's in Malaysia, correct?
Sorry, Orang Pendek is in Indonesia.
Okay.
Okay, on the island of Sumatra.
Ah, okay.
Okay, there's a couple of other orangs around the area. There's Orang Mawak, there's also Orang Kerdil, Orang Burian. But this one I've been investigating, which is quite well known internationally, is on the island of Sumatra in Indonesia.
Right on. Okay, cool. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into what you found. Now, you actually have a blog, and
Right.
and I believe what the Art Bell, Keith at artbell.com, they're going to tweet out your blog link, because the pictures that we're going to talk about right now and show you here on live stream is on your blog. So for those who want to see those photographs, they're going to tweet it, and you'll be able to go to artbell.com and see the tweet at the bottom page, and you'll be able to just click on it, and people could go and look at those photographs. So we're going to have a lot of people go on your blog. So, all right. So,
So we're gonna be broadcasting the pictures live on live stream.
Right.
And the ones that are just listening on Art Bell can go to the tweet.
Right.
And find them on the blog.
Right. And just click on his blog and then go straight to his blog. And we're gonna go we're gonna, as exactly you see him on his blog, we're gonna talk about him. And it's like 16 photographs, right?
Yeah, I sent you guys 16 photos. There's actually 17 because one of them is labeled 7A, 7B.
Got it.
But they're numbered 1 to 16.
Okay, very cool. All right, so let's go ahead and let's talk about what expedition you want to talk about first, because man, it's like this is what we're all about here. We're also monster, and I don't want to say hunters per se, but we're out there doing exactly what you're doing, but on the Bigfoot scale.
Right.
Okay, this is what we do.
Right,
we go up to the
right.
mountains. We do exactly. We put up the cameras. We go in search of, and that's what we do here. So I want to know everything about your expeditions, because people who watch this show and listen to it at Art Bell are into monsters, man, and that's what you're doing. You're out there looking for monsters.
That's what it is. Monsters or ghosts, maybe. That's the whole thing. That's the intriguing part about it.
Right on. Okay, let's go. I'm going to put up picture number 1. All right, Dan? And
yeah, picture number 1, that's the billboard picture, right?
that is the mountain, correct?
Sorry?
Oh, is that the billboard you're talking about?
Yeah, that's number 1, actually.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So let me pull that up here. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So just to give you guys some background information, a lot of the activity in the past, 20, 30 years has been centered around this lake. Okay?
Okay.
And a lot of the TV shows have been down there. But they haven't been deep enough. So my goal last 4 times was to go as deep into the forest surrounding that lake. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this lake is quite fascinating because this is the highest lake in Southeast Asia. Okay. It's approximately 6,000 feet above sea level. Okay. So it's not the easiest lake to get to. And the lake is actually 2 miles long and about 2 miles wide, and they claim it to be 800 feet deep. Okay. So it's a very fascinating place.
And what do they see around this lake? Is it...
Well, historically, they've seen tracks, small tracks around 7 to 8 inches long, okay?
Okay.
Supposedly belonging to a bipedal type of ape person or creature, okay? Now, in Indonesian, they call this guy Orang Pendek, okay? Now, that means, Orang means person, Pendek means short. So he's known as a short person.
Have they ever seen this short person?
Well, that's the whole thing. Is over the past 4 years, I've interviewed about a dozen people who've seen it. Okay. So, and I was actually able to interview a lot of people that were missed by other individuals who are researching the lake and other regions. So I have a lot of stories about this little creature.
Okay.
And so something is being seen. Yeah.
Is it more than one creature, or is it just one? I mean, it's got to be more than one.
That's the whole thing. There seems to be 2 variations in the tracks. Okay, so there's a small possibility there might be 2 different species because the tracks are quite different.
Okay,
but apparently most of the sightings are of one creature. Okay, now I did interview one individual who said he saw 2 of them, which is a rarity. Okay, to see 2 of these together. But most of the sightings are of one creature, usually hanging around the lake or around some plantation in the jungle.
Cool. All right, what picture next do you want me to put up?
Yeah, you can put the next picture, number 2.
I'm hoping that... And what picture? Describe the picture to me to make sure I have it right up here.
It's just basically Misty Mountain.
Oh, okay, I know which one that is then. Oh, no. Hold on here. Okay, got it. Go for it.
Yeah, once again, this lake is called Danau Gunung Tujuh. The English translation is Lake of 7 Peaks. Okay, so this lake is surrounded by 7 peaks, and the peak that you see in that picture is peak number 7. That's the highest peak, and that's approximately 8,800 feet above sea level. Okay, so most of my research has been focused around that peak 7. Okay, a lot of the historical sightings when we talk to some of the villagers have come from that region. So each time I've been there, I've tried to focus on that area, around Peak 7, the valleys around that area.
Now, do they see more than just the Orang Pendeks? I mean, is there other type of creatures that they witnessed as well? I mean, any type of flying creatures?
Well, no, basically, this is considered the home of Orang Pendek, this lake.
Okay.
So historically, the Indonesians, that area, they consider to be home. But there are other things in Indonesia. For example, if you go closer to the coast, they have something called the Orang Bunyan, which is more like a human dwarf that lives in villages. But they say that's a spirit. So that's a completely different story, though. But Orang Pendek is basically hangs around this area, also the volcano, and also another lake which is further south.
Okay.
But most of the activity has been around this lake for quite a few years now.
Very cool. Okay, very cool. All right, what picture next?
There's picture 3. It's also a picture of Peak 7, though a little bit of forest in front of it. That's labeled number 3.
Okay, I'm going to say this one here. Okay. I got that up.
So once again, that area, that's the foreground area, that's kind of near the campsite where there's been some sightings. Well, we actually found some tracks there in 2011. Some of the villagers claim to have seen something in that area as well quite a few years ago. So there's been a lot of activity around that campsite historically.
Now, the tracks. Now, the tracks that people are finding, are they just Bigfoot tracks are pretty human looking, but they're just awfully large. Now, if this guy is small, like you're saying, did they have regular 5 toes on them? I mean.
Okay, well, this is the thing. There's 2 variations to the tracks. Okay. There's one track which is very ape-like, which has what's called divergent hallux, meaning the toe sticks out to the side.
Oh.
Okay? So that track has, those tracks have the toe out to the side, and then higher up they have toes, and they have a kind of a pronounced round heel. Okay?
Okay.
And they're very similar to what I would describe as a siamang gibbon track. Okay, but bigger. Now, the second variation, which I was talking to a lot of eyewitnesses, is a more of a human track where the toe is alongside the other toes, but the front of the foot is extremely wide, and it narrows very dramatically to a kind of small, narrow heel.
Interesting. Okay, so obviously,
Yeah, so basically...
So obviously, they're not witnessing or they're not looking at regular human, footprints, because they can tell this is not a human footprint.
No, and the really bizarre thing, when you talk to these guys are hunters, trappers, fishermen, living 30 years in the jungle.
Right.
Now, the very bizarre thing about Orang Pendek is they often call him Orang Pendek kaki terbalik. Now, kaki terbalik means feet turned backwards.
Huh.
Okay?
Okay.
And this is very strange because I talked to two individuals. These guys are living near the lake for almost 40 years. These are experienced trackers. They hunt, they hunt deer, they hunt wild boar. And they were saying that the tracks, the heels are pointing forwards and the toes are going backwards in relation to the direction of the creature moving.
What? Okay, that's weird.
So that's very strange. And this is coming from experience, like I said, woodmen, hunters.
Right. And those guys...
So they saw this thing moving away, yeah.
And those guys would know.
Yeah, they have to hunt to eat.
This is very bizarre, and when you hear it coming from experienced woodsmen, you kind of believe it,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Okay. All right. Next picture, Daniel.
Next picture, I think, is picture number 4. This is just a field stand shot from my game camera.
Oh. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to say.
Yeah, number 4. It's a Bushnell camera. It's a field stand shot, and I think the time is like 5:15 p.m.
5:15. Okay, hold on. There's a couple of them here. For some reason, they did not come in order like I thought they would be. So,
okay.
Describe the actual picture for me.
It's basically just a photo of the lakeshore. Once again, an area where there's been activity historically near the campsite. It's basically just a jungle, a little beach with lots of logs on it. And what I usually do now to get a better view of the area, I use what they call the field scan mode. Okay, so I can cover a larger periphery, so I'll be shooting off photos, every 5 minutes of the area in case someone does walk by that's out of range for the sensors.
Okay. Okay. Well, I got one up. Okay. What other picture you want? You want to talk about this photograph or?
Is that the field scan one?
I'm trying to locate that. 5:15. Okay, here it is. Found it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's 5:15 at the bottom there. Yeah. So once again, this is a field scan shot from an area where there's been noted activity historically when I talked to the local fishermen and so on. So I set up cameras there, and also in 2011 we found tracks in that area. Apparently something that walked out of the creek and left kind of a wet footprint on the sand, on the gravel there. So I figured I'd put a camera up there for a couple of days as well.
Cool. What type of animals live in this environment here?
Well, this area is famous for the Sumatran tiger.
Oh. Wow.
Okay, so this area, and Sumatran tigers are extremely rare. Historically, there's a large population of tigers on the lake. But over the years, there's less and less. And even when I was there the first time, 2011, 2012, we found a lot of tiger pug marks, on the various beaches in the jungle. This time around, we didn't really find any tiger tracks, so maybe they moved further into the jungle. But tigers are the apex predator in that area. There's also several tapirs. Okay, there's tapirs there, and there's also several forms of monkeys. Siamang gibbon being the most famous one.
Wow.
As well as various languages as well.
Sure.
So there's actually a lot of wildlife in this area, and especially the gibbons. You can hear them all day, basically, doing their stuff in their trees. So it's quite beautiful to hear that.
Cool deal. Okay, next picture.
Next picture is the diagram of an Orang Pendek, picture number 5.
Got it. All right, got it.
Okay, this was drawn by my father a few years ago, so we're going to have to update it a little bit. But basically, this is what we're kind of looking at. We're looking at something that's around 3.5 feet tall, okay? Some reports saying up to 5 feet, but most of the reports, or most of the eyewitnesses said it was very, very short, so their waist height. So looking at something about 3.5 feet. Other things to know is incredibly wide shoulders. Okay, so it has almost like a bodybuilder, incredibly wide shoulders, apparently 50% wider than that of a normal person. Another very common observation, it has almost like a pot belly. Okay, so it has kind of a thick midsection, slightly protruding stomach, and this might be a result because maybe it's an omnivore. Eats a lot of grass, eats a lot of leaves.
Right. Now I'm noticing the feet.
The feet here. I think we might have to adjust those feet a little bit. The feet might be a little bit large in this photo, but generally the feet, like I said, there's two versions. One with the toes sticking out, and one with the toes more up front, and the heels very, very pointed. So, like I said, there's two variations to that, which might suggest two different animals.
Okay.
Another interesting thing is also the color. There's a lot of color variation. Okay. Some guys say it's kind of orangey color, like an orangutan. Some people say light brown, some say black, and one guy actually said it was dark gray in color, which might have been an older individual. We're not sure.
Right. So these things are, they have families just like Bigfoots. You have your grandparents and your kids and your adults, and because obviously they have to reproduce if people keep seeing them, right?
Well, that's the whole thing. Is this area big enough to hold a breeding population? And like I said, only one person I've talked to, I've seen two of them. Okay. He apparently saw a couple, but this is like in 1980.
Okay.
He saw a couple strolling through a clearing in the deep jungle. But everybody else has only seen one individual. You always see like one.
Okay.
And the other strange thing is these people have only seen it once or twice during their entire lifetimes. Okay, so a lot of times you'll hear on various websites that you've seen regular in the plantation. That's not really true. These things are seen incredibly rarely. So the average person will not see it. For example, my guide, the village where he comes from, there's like 5,000 people. Most of them work on plantations in the jungle. From those 5,000 people, only 3 have actually seen it.
Wow, have to be at the right place at the right time.
Exactly, right. So like I said, the tracks are found more commonly, but actual sightings are incredibly rare. The one guy living on the lake for 40 years, he saw him twice. He saw him in 1987, and then he saw him in 1994, and he actually moved to the lake in 1974. So basically, he was there trapping, hunting for 13 years before he actually saw one.
Cool.
So sightings are very, very rare. So you got to be incredibly lucky to see one.
Yeah.
Incredibly lucky.
Very lucky. So, okay, next picture.
Next picture is a photo of the campsite, picture 6.
Got it.
Yeah, so what I do, this was mentioned on the previous show. Some guy mentioned it's a smart idea to do expeditions with small groups, okay? And that's what I've been doing. I've been just basically me, porter, and one guy, maybe an additional porter that's a deep jungle trek. So we want to keep the expeditions really, really small, which means less gear to carry with you and more time trekking in the jungle. So that was our camp by the lake shore.
Who finances these expeditions?
I'm doing this myself right now. I'm financing everything myself. And one of the great things about Indonesia is you can do these extremely on a tight budget.
Right.
Okay. If you go to, for example, I've been up into the Himalayas, I've been to India. Not that cheap to do an expedition. Here, I can do an expedition for under $60 a day.
Wow, that's good.
Wow. And how many days do you go out for?
Well, this one was actually 14 days. The prior one was 12. And then there was one 10 days, and then the very first one was 5 days because we ran out of food.
Right.
The porters and guides are kind of hungry, and they ate everything, so we have to leave a little bit earlier. But yeah, like I said, that's one of the reasons I'm fascinated with this Sumatra, because it's feasible. You can do it, unlike, say, the Himalayas or China, which is very difficult to do.
So the money's $60 per day. That covers your food and your guide then?
Yeah, guide and porter. Like I said, I have a new guide now. I was using a different guide last year expeditions, but this guy is a professional guide, but he's very, he charges an excellent rate, and he was able to get a discount for the park fee. They tripled the park fee per person.
Oh.
I was able to get a discount, and so once again, this is something you can do on a shoestring budget.
Right now.
And also, the thing is, I don't eat a lot of food. So also, food's very cheap. I just basically have noodles in the morning, and then one bag of noodles in the evening, and that's it.
Wow.
So
I was gonna say, how skinny are you, dude?
I'm not skinny. I was coming a few pounds heavier, you know. I was coming, you know, so I lost about 7 pounds on this trek, you know, in 12 days. So yeah, it wasn't that extreme, but yeah, it's always good to come in, you know, a few pounds extra, just in case there's emergency.
So you pile up the pounds before you go on an expedition, right?
Not really. I don't pile up, but like you never know. I mean, if you're in a life and death situation, it's always good to have extra bit of flab around you, you know.
You know, like now, do these are they something to be afraid of? Like, are they mean or an attack and everything, or are they really elusive, like run away from you if they know you're?
Well, I talked. Almost all of the eyewitnesses said it's fled at a blinding speed. Wow. Okay, it ran away as quickly as possible. One guy said it looked at him, gave him a really angry stare, and then walked away. Mm-hmm. So the impression I get is incredibly shy. If you do encounter it, it either runs away at breakneck speed, or it might just look at you for a few minutes and then slowly walks away.
Kind of like the Bigfoot, kind of, huh?
Yeah, kind of shy. I mean, I haven't heard of any instances where it was aggressive or attacking people. Just as one story where it kind of looked at him for a few minutes, you know, the ugly look, and then it kind of walked away into the forest. Yeah. So basically, it tends to just run away as fast as it can. And the very interesting thing is about the locomotion. It's bipedal, but at the same time, when it walks, it waddles a bit. Okay, like it's not 100% sure it's when it's walking on 2 feet. And interestingly enough, if there's branches or trees, it kind of grabs him as he's walking. Okay, so almost like a monkey swinging through the trees.
Right.
Grabbing branch to branch. This thing is walking. As it's walking, if it's available, it'll grab and support itself by holding on to the branches and leaves.
Bigfoots do that,
and
too.
That's a very common observation for, I think, all the guys that I interviewed. They all mentioned the fact that it was kind of holding on to stuff that was available as it walked away or ran away.
Wow. Now, when most of these witnesses witness this, the creature, is it like near water, or is it just when they're?
Well, most of the encounters have been by the lakeside.
Right.
Okay, so these guys are trapping in the jungle. They're coming back to their camp and they see it hanging around their campsite. Or the other variation is people are working on plantations that border the jungle, and they'll see it as they're working on the plantation, where at the end of the plantation, where you have the plantation and you have secondary forest, primary forest, they'll see it kind of hanging around that area, the periphery of the plantation.
Okay.
And nobody's actually, the thing is, for most people that interviewed, only one person actually saw it in the deep jungle. Okay, only one individual. Everybody else has seen it kind of hanging around either campsites around the lake, or where plantations border the rainforest.
Right.
That's like 99% of the encounters have taken place.
So basically, it's coming out looking for food, probably, and water, and that's when it's getting spotted.
Right. Well, there's a lot of stories. I've interviewed quite a few individuals over my last 4 investigations, and there's a lot of stories. Lots say it likes to eat fish and frogs. Okay. Cool. Okay. That's one common theme from one region. And they said it would actually raid fish traps and steal, like an otter would raid a fish trap. It would go in there, wade into the water or into the stream, river, and it would kind of destroy the fishermen's fish traps and grab the fish.
Wow. It's got to eat. Got to get the food someplace. Right on. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So it probably does eat a lot of vegetation. At the same time, it also will take in, fish and frogs as well.
Right. Okay. What next picture, Daniel?
Yeah, 7A. If you have that one.
Okay, and that one. Describe that one to me.
Yeah, that's my new guy. His name is Indakmo. And he's a professional guy. He's got excellent English. And the great thing about this guy is he actually had his own encounter back in 1994. Cool. So unlike a lot of guys, this guy actually has a keen interest in finding this thing.
I just had him.
That is cool.
Okay.
So this guy, I hired him. He's excellent. And like I said, he saw something in 1994. I can talk about his experience. At that time, he was a plantation worker, working under the volcano near his village. And at the end of the plantation where the jungle starts, about 20 meters away, he saw something that looked like a tea-colored gorilla. Those are his exact words, kind of orangey-colored thing with a gorilla face, stared at him for about 20, 30 seconds, and then walked away into the forest.
Wow, very cool. I mean,
yeah. So this guy, he's actually interested in finding this thing. And some guys, some individuals, they're not really that keen. They just want to get the trek over with. This guy's actually really interested in finding this. So we were actually very active in the jungle. In this photo, what we're doing here is we're trekking up a stream. Okay. And one of the fastest ways to get deep into the jungle is just to follow the streams uphill. Okay. And so we basically just went up the stream for a couple of hours, set up some trail cams, and went back down again.
Wow.
So that's a picture from that trek.
Got it. So, how often now? Obviously, you set up trail cams. How how long do you leave them in the forest or wherever you leave them?
Well, that's the problem. There's a lot of NGOs working in Indonesia. They've got 20, 30 cameras. I'm limited to 2 right now. So what I usually do, I have one camera deeper in the jungle that I will check maybe every 3 or 4 days. And then I'll have a camera closer, maybe like say 1 hour, which I will check on a daily basis.
Okay.
That's kind of strategy. But I'm planning on getting more cameras next year. That's the plan.
Now, do you think that they might know what a camera is? Like over here, the Bigfoot avoid cameras, and sometimes even are they the same over there? Like they see that and avoid it, so you kind of have to hide the camera, or
I try to hide it. Or I try to put it kind of to the side. For example, if something comes out of a game trail, we didn't see it coming out of the game trail.
Right.
Coming out of the game trail, now it'd be caught from the side or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, that seems to be a big problem with the North American, the Bigfoot Sasquatch situation over there. A lot of people got game cameras out there, but nothing's being really captured. Nothing really that's convincing.
Right.
A lot of blob squatches, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blob squatches. Yep. What I'm doing is, I work for the phone company, and what I'm doing is I'm gaffing trees, and I'm putting them up 15 feet, 18 feet up,
right,
facing down. So that way, it's better chance that these Bigfoots aren't going to be able to see it and just keep walking, and then and that's what we're trying right now. So.
Yeah, we haven't caught anything yet, but we're not giving up yet.
That's a very good tactic. Put something higher up, around Bigfoot or taller, but around 9, 10 feet above the forest floor.
Right.
And have it focused down. So that's actually a very good strategy to be using, and I think I'll probably implement that as well later on.
Cool.
But yeah, right now, I mean, it's basically right place, right time. That's the way I'm looking at it right now.
Yep, absolutely. So okay, next picture.
Yeah. Next picture should be number 8. That's me checking a trail cam near the river's or the lake's edge.
Got it.
And we've made kind of a makeshift tripod there out of wood.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and because there was actually a big game trail coming out, and there was kind of a muddy area where apparently something was sleeping, possibly a tapir. So we figured this was a good place to set up a little wooden tripod with the game camera.
Very cool. Awesome. All right, next picture.
Yeah, next picture. This is one of the more interesting game trail pics I got. It has to have a tapir. Okay, Malaysian tapir. They're actually considered endangered. They're only found in Sumatra and some parts of Malaysia, mainland Malaysia. And these guys are actually pretty big. They can be 6 to 8 feet long, height anywhere from 3 to 4 feet, and they can weigh from 500 to 1,000 pounds.
So what? No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And the thing is, this photo was just taken. This cam was only like 20 minutes from our campsite. Okay, we were looking for game trails, walk the tracks, so we set the camera up there. We didn't get any bait or anything. And this guy shows up in the morning for breakfast. I think it was like 3:46 or something in the morning.
So what kind of an animal is this? Describe the animal. I mean, what is that?
Well, it's kind of almost like a giant. It's almost like a giant, like a pig or with a long snout, almost like a mini elephant, basically.
Huh.
Okay, these are quite rare. Like I said, they're quite big, up to 1,000 pounds. Some of the bigger individuals. They're herbivores. They just feed on grass, and usually they're solitary. They live by themselves, but when breeding season comes around, they'll come together.
Wow. I've never seen an animal like that before. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're like I said, they're quite rare. Now, interestingly enough, back in 2011, there was a dead one that was killed by a tiger just a few meters from the camp. And when the locals found it, they actually had to, because it was rotting, they had to actually burn the body. And so they are there, and they're like main food for the tigers.
Wow. Very cool. Awesome. Okay, next one.
Okay, next picture is number 10. Now, what happened is after about 5 or 6 days, setting up cameras and doing some deep jungle treks, also setting up a second camp in the forest, I kind of was talking to my guide that maybe we should go somewhere where there's been more recent sightings, more recent tracks. And in 2013, we found some tracks in a remote farming community near the volcano. And apparently one of his colleagues found tracks in 2013 as well, or 2014. So what we did is we decided to shorten the stay at the lake. So the initial plan was to stay there for 14 days. But on day 10, we decided to pack things up and head over to this remote village, which is in a deep valley, and it's bordered by primary rainforest. So that's the trail to the village there in picture 10.
Okay. That's probably it right there. Got it. Okay.
Okay, so that's picture 10. Now, we can move on to picture 11.
Okay.
That's the volcano picture.
Oh, volcano. Cool.
Yeah, that's the famous Kerinci volcano, 12,400 feet high above sea level. Okay, it's one of the most famous volcanoes in Indonesia. Okay, so it's quite popular trekking route, but at the same time it can be dangerous because just before I came over, one hiker was lost and was never found. So you have to be careful when you trek these volcanoes.
Wow. Okay.
So in the foreground we have rice paddies, and then we have the jungle-clad hills.
Okay, that's probably right.
So picture 12 is just a picture of the village where we stayed at.
That would be that one.
Okay, so it's a small village, and it was actually, I think it was first settled in the late 60s or mid-60s, around 1965. So it's relatively new, and most of the people there work on the fields. So they have rice paddies, and then they have other crops on the lower part of the hills. And the higher part of the hills is llaman gibbons. And the reason we came here is because there's been a series of reports of tracks and also sightings in this area the last couple of years.
Very cool. All right, next picture.
So, yeah, picture 13. This is one of the more remote hillside plantations that borders the jungle. Okay, so in the bottom you'll see plantation, then you'll have like some kind of mixed secondary forest, and then you'll have the primary rainforest. Okay, and this is kind of the place where you want to be setting up cameras. This is the kind of place where most people or most villages will encounter something if they do encounter something.
And that's because they're growing food.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you've done jungle trekking, you know that most of the wildlife you will see is around the secondary mixed forests, where the jungle kind of mixes in with the plantation area. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I've done treks. I've been 10 days in the jungle and see very little wildlife. But once I'm leaving the jungle, entering these kind of mixed systems where you've got plantations with the forest, you'll see a lot of stuff running around.
Ah, okay, makes sense. All right.
Yeah. So, and like I said, most of the sightings, 99% of sightings have occurred in these type of areas.
So obviously, just like us, in order to do this type of stuff, you need to spend money, and cameras aren't cheap. Yeah,
that's why I'm limited to 2 right now, and there's actually a distributor that I know, so I'm trying to get more cams. So I know there's a lot of wildlife, wildlife agencies. They've got 20, 30 cameras,
Right.
And so I'm trying to probably double up, but I think it's a matter of luck. I always think back to Patterson and Gemlin, back in '67.
Yeah. Right.
These guys didn't have trail cameras. They were just going back and forth to a place where there's been consistent reports, consistent tracks, and they got lucky.
Yeah.
So I think the key to being successful is you have to go to an area where there's been some kind of history. Plus, also some recent reports.
And you're absolutely right.
You know what you might try. I don't know if there's like cell signal there. Out where you're at.
That's money right there, though.
Yeah, but I mean, you set up a solar panel and a camera that's an IP camera. And,
right.
And it'll record on a DVR, but or on a little disc. But you could also access it with your phone, and that way you can, instead of going all the way out and checking it.
Well, now the question is there cell service out there? No, huh?
Well, yeah, I think I mean, even in these remote areas, everybody's got a cell phone these days. There's always a head villager, and so it seems that everybody's got a cell phone. So there is actually pretty decent coverage here. Huh. Even though these distances are pretty big, they're not like vast like we have in Canada or the Pacific Northwest or in the United States.
Right.
So there is pretty decent coverage here. But going back to that strategy, definitely you have to focus on areas where there's been, some recent activity.
Yeah, you don't want.
And that's what I kind of learned from the expeditions I've done. Is you got to go somewhere where there's been the last couple of years and there's been a long history of reports in that region. Yeah. No point going somewhere where there's like the last report was like 1969 or something like that.
Right.
Exactly. You've got to go stuff where there's current stuff happening.
Right. And you're absolutely right on
that. That's exactly we do the same thing. If it was 20 years ago, we don't even think about it. But if they called us and said 2 weeks ago, we're out there. We head out.
Oh, right on. Okay. What?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the great thing, because when we were on our last day on that village, we met a villager who told us that his friend found tracks 2 weeks ago about 2 hours further west. Okay. So this region, like I said, there's been no expedition there, because I talked to the village, the chief, and there's nobody been there. I mean, for example, Lake has had visitors from all the cable TV shows have been there. Okay. But this area, nobody's been there. It's been untouched. Nobody's been there with trail cams until I came there. One of those areas where I'd like to investigate again.
What cable TV shows actually go out there?
Well, I know Finding Bigfoot.
Well, the lake is quite popular there. I think Nat Geo was there. Okay, Nat Geo, I think one of the other shows on Animal Planet was there. I think some European shows have been there as well at the lake. So it's becoming more and more popular, because the first international expedition to the lake was in 1992. Okay. Wow. Because I talked to the boatman, the guy who has the canoes, and he's been there for 40 years almost. So he's assisted on every single trek, every single expedition. So they kind of started around the early 90s. And then I guess a couple of years ago, there was I think there's also a British expedition as well over there.
Wow.
So they're becoming more and more and more and more and more visitors into that lake here. That's why I decided to kind of last few days switch and go somewhere else. That's why I decided to go to this remote farming community in the jungle.
Wow, that's very cool. Yep. Okay, very cool. All right. Next picture.
Now this is actually the after pic.
Okay.
You've got picture number 15 there.
Okay, is that the camera, the Bushnell camera with the red circle and all that?
Yeah, that's the Bushnell camera. Yeah, this is the pic. It says 835 at the bottom.
Oh, not that.
You have that one? Okay, number 15.
Let me pull it up. Maybe
he doesn't have them. He didn't get the
835. Got it.
Oh, okay. They didn't come up numbered like how?
Yeah, like
so
I
we're
hope
kind of trying to fumble around. And
Okay.
But now, yep, I got that one up. Go for it.
So yeah, number 15. Now this is an after pic. Okay, this is very strange. We went to the most remote plantation we could find that borders the jungle. Now in the foreground, what do you guys see in that picture in the foreground there? You see a tree, right?
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And what's leaning against the tree?
That little black piece of twig, or not a twig, but a branch.
It's a stick, right? Yeah, it's a stick that's about 4.5, 5 feet tall.
Right.
Okay, long. So we've got a stick leaning on it. So when I left this at 5 p.m. the previous day, that stick was straight, and on top we had a banana. Okay.
Oh.
So when I saw it leaning against the tree, I assumed something had climbed up. Somebody had climbed up a monkey or maybe a squirrel had climbed up the stick and had fallen down and leaned against the tree, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now go to the next photo, number 16.
Is that the one that the red circle and all that?
Yeah, exactly. Now this is very strange, because this is the previous photo was a field scan shot. Okay.
Okay.
Now the picture 16 was triggered at 7 p.m. the previous day. Okay. And the really bizarre thing about this picture is the stick is not there.
Whoa.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, initially I was looking through my viewfinder, not very good, display on the viewfinder. So but I'm looking for the stick. So when I got back to Bangkok, went on my laptop, and I'm looking, and I can't find the stick there.
Huh.
Okay, so the stick, so that skinny triangle that indicates the original position of the stick. That second line indicates the morning position where it was leaning against the tree, right?
Okay.
Right.
But in that picture, the stick is not there.
Huh.
Now, the strange thing now is look at the base of the tree. What do you see down there?
I see a very dark object.
Exactly. That's the thing. We don't know what it is. And I showed it to all the locals. They were looking at it. It's just kind of black shadow, and the stick is missing. And this is actually triggered, since it's not a field scan shot. This is triggered automatically by something moving, and there seems to be some of the bushes, some of the leaves there seem to be in motion there. So there's a black, funny object at the very bottom of
the tree.
Of that tree.
Right. Is it something something possibly laying down?
Yeah, well, I thought what happened is something jumped on the tree and jumped on the stick and fell down with it, and is covering it.
Oh. Huh.
That's my explanation, but I just don't see the tree. I don't see the tree there. I don't see the branch. So I don't see the stick anywhere.
Right.
And if the thing had jumped, it probably jumped from the left-hand side. So we probably caught it halfway. And the camera would probably caught something moving towards the stick.
Oh, okay.
Nowadays with the trail camera, you usually get something in the periphery first.
Right.
But so I have no idea what that is. Like I said, I'm puzzled by the fact that the stick is gone. I had the stick being there. I can dismiss that as maybe a plastic bag or some kind of trick of light or something like that. But the strange thing is the stick is not visible in that photo. And that was the only photo that was triggered all night. So quite interesting.
Wow, very cool. Stuff like that tells you you're getting close.
Yeah, well, I guess that would be some kind of a blob squash, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or something like that, mini one. Yeah.
Right.
Because I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that is. We didn't find any tracks, and it's just kind of a black shadow that attacked the stick, basically.
We did a little bit of experimenting. We found something out recently with the game cameras. We were getting when we get the deer and the the little animals and everything, but no Bigfoot, but only we found like one of the guys when we were going to retrieve the SD cards, and change the batteries and everything. We noticed that he could walk through the field of the camera, and be past the camera before it actually took the picture. So it might have explained that, the Bigfoot were getting through. We had a lot of pictures with nothing. We're thinking maybe the wind or something was setting it off. Movement with branches or something, but it very well could have been, a Bigfoot or something moving through there so fast that it triggered the camera, but only it was out of the shot before the camera took the picture of it. And I think maybe something like that happened with that picture right there with the movement happened and set the camera off, but he was almost out of the shot, you know what I mean? He was on the ground and probably heading out.
Well, what I'm thinking that there's something on the ground there, but what really puzzles me is where's the stick? That's the strange thing about that picture. I mean, if the stick was there, I could just dismiss as well. It's maybe a plastic bag. We didn't have plastic bags there on the plantation. Right. It could have been some kind of trick of light. I can accept that, but the fact that really kind of puzzles me is where did that stick go?
Right.
Where's the banana that was stuck on the top of that stick? So basically, something happened there. Part of it actually was captured here. Maybe the tail end of the event was captured here, and there's something black on the floor there, basically on the ground.
Right. Right. Oh, very cool. All right.
But very strange. I'm not going to say it's an Orang Pendek or anything like that, but just a strange photo.
Yeah, absolutely. So
we get a lot of strange ones too, like with little lights.
Have you gotten Have you gotten anything with lights in them? Any camera shots with lights?
I've got stuff. I don't know if you heard about those rods a few years ago that were making news.
Oh yeah,
zoology.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I got a couple of rod shots that were taken from the lake from 2012. But I think that's
what do you think those rods are?
I think it just might be insects being eliminated.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not an expert. I know a lot of people saying it's insects. Some people are saying these are kind of some aerial unknown creatures. I don't know. But I do have one or two, actually one kind of an interesting rod pick from 2012.
Okay. Yeah. Our forensic guy who works for us says that's exactly what they are, insects.
Yeah, they just move so fast.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So.
But he can't explain the little lights. You know, like
Right.
fairy lights
Right,
or
like
whatever you
orbs
want to
almost,
call
right?
them. You know?
Orbs, yeah, right, exactly. So,
Right.
so, all right.
Yeah, but there's been a long history of orbs in Bigfoot as well. So maybe they go together somehow.
Yeah.
Interconnected in some way.
Yeah, absolutely right. So, all right, what other photograph there we got?
I think that's the last pick that I sent you guys.
Okay, sounds good. Yep, I think you're right. I think we went through all of them. So what is next on your agenda? I mean, when are you going out?
Yeah, this is the tricky thing. Is, like I said, I want to focus on the recent stuff. I don't want to focus on great stories from the 50s and 60s. Now, I've got a little break right now. I've just finished teaching, so I've got some free time right now. Apparently, there's been some reports from some environmental NGOs in the Three Borders region. Okay, are you guys familiar with rock apes?
Yeah, I heard of them.
Yeah, the rock apes were from the Vietnam War era, okay, where GIs were being attacked by these kind of chimp-sized creatures walking on 2 feet, throwing rocks at them.
Yeah, those guys were the aggressive. They were aggressive ones.
And they're called rock apes. At least that's the English version. Now, the history behind it is that they're supposed to be inhabiting a region in Southeast Asia called the Three Borders region. Okay, you've got Cambodia, you've got Vietnam, you've got Laos.
Right.
So where these three countries meet, there's a big big jungle area.
Wow.
And there's been some reports of tracks being found last year, so recently.
Wow. God, aren't you afraid to go out there in these different, jungles, and you got military, the way,
Well, I think that area, from what the research I've been doing, I haven't actually been down there. I've been everywhere in Asia, but I haven't been down that area. And I was going to wait until there's some kind of recent reports before I go down there. And from what I've seen, it seems to be getting very, very popular. It's on the backpacking toward Asia, these parks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So from the research I've done, there seems to be quite a few, even foreign-run trekking companies there, quite a few NGOs, environmental groups setting up cameras. So it's like, okay, it's not that wild or that,
right,
undisturbed as it should be, as you would think it would be,
Right.
Because there's, like I said, there's a lot of expats, a lot of Americans, Europeans, backpacking, living in Southeast Asia.
Now,
and and this Three Borders area is quite famous for trekking. So I think it might not be as wild as you would imagine it to be.
Now, when you go out, I saw your guide. They have the machetes. Is that about all you guys take with you guys? You're not armed in any way?
No, there are tigers in the area. There are tigers there, but once again, from what I've heard, tigers, they're one of those things. They see you before you see them, and usually they move away. Okay, they're quite shy. And for example, in India, it's different. You have tigers that are injured or lame, and they actually hunt people because they're just too sick to be hunting, wildlife.
Right.
Okay, but that's not the case here. These tigers are healthy, and they hear you, and they just move away.
Oh, okay.
So I've never had any problems with tigers. The only other risk might be a tapir running over your camp at night. Okay, that was one of the concerns of my guide when we were camping in the deep jungle. There is that a tapir might just run through the game trail, run across his tent at night, like an elephant.
Right. Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty safe. Safety's first. You got to think logically. You want to be moving at you got to be moving through the jungle at a nice pace.
Right.
Not too fast, not too slow. And also, there's also teamwork involved. You got to communicate with your guides and your porter.
Yeah.
And my last trek in 2013, I had some safety issues with the guide. That's why I dropped him. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because we were 12 days in some very remote areas, and one guy was 10 minutes ahead of me. I was in the middle, and the other guy was like 10 minutes behind me. Kind of thing.
So that's not good.
So you want to be, yeah. That's what I told him. That's not how you trek. It's teamwork. You got to be, something happens, it's going to happen. I need somebody there, or you need somebody there.
Right.
Not 5-10 minutes later.
Right.
Especially if you're trekking through the rainy season. So you have to be a little bit careful. but like I said, it all comes down all times just to common sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, I mean, yeah, safety is you're right. Safety is the primary concern. I mean, if you guys are 10 minutes from each other, I mean, one of you can disappear, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, that was my concern. I mean, there was one instance where we were kind of trekking along this, or climbing along this kind of mud wall to drop into the jungle, right?
Right.
And I was hanging on to a branch, and for some reason, everybody stopped. You know, so I'm clinging on this mud wall, and there's this deep jungle below us, and I'm hanging on to this branch, and I'm telling these guys, hey, let's move, come on, you know. And so stuff like that, you have to be really, really careful with, you know, really, really careful. That's why you want to spend a little bit more, and you want to get professional guides working with you and knowledgeable, and they know, you know, the various risks that might happen.
Right. Oh, that's cool. So, all right, Daniel, I appreciate you coming on. You know what? I would like for you to keep us in the loop. You know, I know you put up a lot. I know you put up a lot of cameras. You know, if one of these days you get a picture of a tiger or something like that I think our fans would love to see. You know, because you know these photographs from the remote areas of places where nobody goes to, and you get a weird animal, and I don't care what it is. I would love to show it to my fans.
Yeah, and even just hear.
Well, I mean, cryptozoology and zoology are very closely related, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely.
You have to kind of know, yeah. So I mean, my first love was zoology, and then I kind of moved on to cryptozoology. So definitely, if I do get some interesting pics, I'll send them to you.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any questions about any type of foreign, Asian Bigfoot-like creatures, just contact me, because I've basically investigated all of them. Well, not all of them, but most of them. I've been to northeastern India.
Right.
You know,
I definitely want to talk. I know I've got questions here, but we just ran out of time. So what I'll do is, we'll get a hold of you again, and we'll talk about one of the other expeditions, either in China or in India.
Yeah, or even the Yeti. There's a lot of stuff about the Yeti these days. I don't know if you've been following the research from one of the geneticists back in London. So there's a lot of interesting stuff about the Yeti, and I've been to the Himalayas twice. I've done 2 Yeti investigations over there. Got some amazing photos as well, so I'm sure I can share that with your listeners
awesome.
as well.
Absolutely, Daniel. Yeah. That would be awesome. So, okay, I appreciate you, coming on. This is awesome. You know,
yes.
a lot of people were looking forward to this, and the pictures you showed tonight were really, really cool looking to look at.
And give your website.
Yeah, you got a blog, right?
Right.
And what your blog?
The blog name is Zoological Enigmas of Asia. Okay.
Okay. And it's at.
So if you just Google Zoological Enigmas of Asia, you'll find the blog, and I don't have that many posts. I maybe like 15 posts or so.
Okay.
Maybe that's. But I've got lots of different stuff there from China. Some very rare photos of the Chinese heron, which nobody was able to photograph, and at least artist depiction of a heron. So lots of stuff on the blog there. If you guys want, we can just check out the blog. If you have any questions, just get back to me.
Absolutely, dude.
When I put this show up, all on the archive on YouTube, I'll also put that link to it, so that everybody can go and check it out after they listen to the show.
Right on. So, all right, Daniel. Thank you very much, sir. And again, keep us in the loop.
Okay, thanks for having me, guys. Good luck.
Anything exciting comes up, you make sure you get a hold of Danny. All right.
All right, I will do. All right.
Okay.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Thank you,
Take
Daniel.
Care. Bye-bye.
All right, you take care.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, I mean, there was so much that we continue talking, but we're already at the top of the hour, so we got to get to Heidi.
It's cool stuff.
Man, like I said, there's 4 other expeditions that I actually written down that Danny told me about, and I'm going, the China, the India, obviously the Malaysia, what we talked about, but there's still the Yeti and that
Yeren.
and in Australia, the Yowie in Australia. So he's done all that, guys. So it's like, crap, man, So
we'll get. This means we have him on.
Yeah, we'll
a
have
few more times.
Exactly. So we'll get him on next month, and then we'll come back on and continue more. So, all right. So now what we're gonna do is, if you want, you can. You want to get up and.
I do have to get up for a minute.
Yeah, go ahead and get up for a minute. Yeah. What we'll do is we'll get a hold of. I'll talk a little bit about some stuff. You go ahead and do your walk, and then we'll come back, and then we'll get a hold of Heidi. So I know Heidi is waiting for us in Chicago. And we will call Heidi as soon as Alan gets back.
She's actually in chat right now.
Oh, is she? Okay. So, Heidi, stay tuned there. I'm going to go ahead and talk about what's occurring right now on TV really quick. and it's the Illuminati Awards.
Illuminati.
The Illuminati Awards. That's what I call them. It's the Oscars are on at exactly the same time Paranormal Central is. How rude. All right. Now, why do I call it the Illuminati Awards, guys? Let me tell you something. I was on the sofa, on the couch, watching the red carpet. And I again, you guys, I like to keep myself informed, and I like to watch, all this. If I have the time, the ability to, I like to watch all this stuff because I listen to what the actors, the movie stars say. I watch what they wear, and not what I mean by the red carpet, but what they wear off, screen when they're going to the supermarket. You can tell by what they're wearing what the actors are all about. And what I mean by that is I have seen certain actors, rock stars, movie stars, wear T-shirts that have a freaking pyramid on the front with the all-seeing eye. I mean, it is so blatantly in your freaking face. It's like, it is so obvious. Why would you wear something like that? Maybe, I can see a teenager, somebody in high school trying to just, fulfill, I don't know, I don't want to say a dream, but fulfill something that's missing, that they want to be part of something, because, all of these major rock stars, and I'm going to give the one prime example, is Jay-Z and Beyonce, all right? They're always doing, now am I on camera? Yeah. They're always doing the triangle symbol when they're up on stage or at a red carpet. They'll do this. And people think it's, it's nothing. That's just their gang sign. No. It's a pyramid, all right, of all-seeing eye. And I've always told you guys that I feel the music business and Hollywood are run by the elites. And it's not coincidence that a lot of these actors and rock stars become multi-gazillionaires. But when you watch them in their movies or their lyrics, it's only obvious that they're talking about their the NWO, the elite, the Illuminati. And the Oscars right now, when I was sitting down before the show today, I was watching the red carpet, and you know what? I know that this is the Oscars are in downtown LA. Hold on. Is it I don't want to say, is it the Kodak Theater? Is it right? Or the Universal Amphitheater? Hold on. Let me find out. Hold on. Let me just Google. Where is the Oscars being held at right now? Hold on. And I can't see the chat right now, or else I would. Hollywood, Dolby Theater, blah, 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 Oscars, Academy, Dolby Theater? Is that where it's... okay, well, and I should have had this Oscars held... hold on here. Dolby Theater, and I think... Oh, it is a Dolby Theater, and that's right there on Hollywood Boulevard, I believe. I mean, yes, it's on Hollywood... Hollywood Boulevard, 6801. It's Dolby Theater. Okay, so they shut down Hollywood Boulevard for this. Now, in the Bible, in a lot of the Illuminati symbolisms, I have showed you symbols. And today, when I was sitting on the couch, as they went out to commercial and came back in from commercial, they zero in on this one area near the Dolby Theater on Hollywood Boulevard. And I'm going to show you what that picture is right now on the screen. Hold on. Let me find it. Where is it? That. Boom. Okay. This is right near the Hollywood Boulevard Dolby Theater. Okay. I saw this, and then they went right to the red carpet where all the movie stars are coming in. All right. Okay, do you guys see this right here? Okay, the Anunnaki aliens are... I don't know how long this has been here. Matter of fact, I'm going to do some research just to see how long these have been here. But they zeroed in on this particular structure, and then it moved to the left. The Dolby Theater, I believe, is to the left of this. And that's where the Oscars are being held at. Like they were basically telling you, look. Okay? Look. Symbolisms right here from the elite, the Illuminati, Anunnaki, Planet X, Nibiru. That's what all this is about. All right? And it's like they're giving us hints. All right? I've showed you this before, but I would have never thought that they would actually show it on the Oscars. And if you guys are recording the red carpet, how many of you just remember seeing this not more than a couple of hours ago on freaking TV? All right, now let me show you another picture. All right, the Oscars, the trophy itself, the man. All right, they use this. The symbolism is there, going back to Egypt, going back to the all-seeing eye, Isis. All right, the pyramids, Egyptian. All that is, it's all together, man. It's the elite. It's like the bloodline. If you want to become famous as a movie star, as a rock star, just say the word and sell yourself to the elite, and we'll give you that power. We'll make you famous. But in return, in your songs and in the movies, you have to promote us, the elite, the people who run this country. People think it's the evil, it's Satan, it's it's all there. I mean, if you look at the symbolisms, it's all there. And I'm gonna, Katy Perry, Madonna, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, all those people who are so famous, so mega rock stars. Lady Gaga, for example. You see their music videos. You see them at the Grammys. You see them, when they're performing songs. And I brought this up, and I'm going to bring it up again at the Grammys. Where Madonna, it's a Super Bowl halftime. They're throwing in those little signals, those little tiny signals for those who are aware of what to look for, because you watch a show like mine, or you watch another show, and they talk about what we talk about here, about the signals, the symbols. You're going to catch them. You're going to go, holy mackerel, did you just see that pyramid with the all-seeing eye on it? Or did you see Julia Roberts walking down the street, and her shirt has Isis on it, Egyptian, and has a pyramid with the all-seeing eye on there? There's actually a picture of that on the internet where she is wearing a shirt, and I think I've showed it on here before. They're not. It's like they're not hiding it. It's like they're instructed to put this out there, to say, hey, we are in charge of you guys out there. In wherever you are. We are the ones who are putting the music. We are putting some subliminal messages. I would like to. I'm pretty sure in a lot of these movies and music and music videos, there are subliminal messages, and they're all over the place. And a lot of the TV commercials, and they're brainwashing all of us, guys. They are. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They are. Another picture I want to show you. And I've talked about this particular subject before, and this was like 3 years ago. And obviously, there's a lot of you guys who are new, who don't know what all this is about. But I think it's on the 5 freeway in Los Angeles. There is a large mall, and it used to be a tire store. It used to be Sam's tire, not tire store. I'm sorry, a manufacturing company where they make Sam tires, and it was built to represent an Assyrian palace as of back in Iraq times. All right, why would they do that here in Los Angeles? And these are right there. My wife and I used to talk about this. Is like, I would drive down the 5 freeway and I would see this very large structure that looked like it's, what the heck is this thing doing here in Los Angeles? It should be in Iraq. This is the type of building this thing represents. And it's, what happened is, and it's also connected to the Masons and that type of I believe the owner was a Mason and had this building built to for manufacturing Sam's tires, like Sam and Goliath tires for vehicles. And then all of a sudden they make it to represent the Assyrian palace as in, it's in Iraq. It's like, what? And then they freaking make one and they put it on freaking Hollywood Boulevard near where the Oscars at. And I'm going to show that to you again. There it is. That is right there. How many of you have gone down Hollywood Boulevard as a freaking tourist and probably walked right under this and you never even paid attention to what you're looking at? And there it is. So, why do they push these particular symbols constantly on us? Is it maybe that what we talk about on this show is for real? Anunnaki. I mean, how many of you have heard of the Anunnaki in Nibiru and ancestors? They're the ones who actually put us on here on Earth, and they come around every 3,500 years, 3,600 years, and supposedly they're on their way back. That planet X, Nibiru, they use it. They use that planet X and Nibiru constantly on TV shows, and I've talked about The Fifth Element. I've talked about Star Trek, Into the Darkness. How did this start off with the Enterprise trying to save, and it has right there at the bottom left-hand corner, Planet X Nibiru. The volcano is about to erupt and totally destroy that planet, but the Enterprise saved the planet by destroying the volcano or freezing it up so the lava doesn't completely blow up and stuff. Well, again, are they feeding us little hints? So when the time comes, if this is all for real, that you guys don't totally freak out. All right? Are they conditioning us? I believe they are. I mean, come on. Look at this. Why would, or who would, build this right near the Oscars? It's just like, it's out of place, guys. I mean, come on. That is totally out of place. That shouldn't even be there. Did they film a movie with this? No. That's, somebody spent a lot of money to put this. Why would they put this there near the Oscars? It's just, guys, open your eyes. These signs are everywhere. It's just, you guys just have to open up your eyes and I've told you guys, I am a very religious person. All right, I believe in God. I believe that we were placed here by something, other than, us crawling out of the freaking rivers and the oceans. And I believe there is a higher power. But what is that higher power? We actually, we talk about religion here as well. All right. It kind of upsets me that my family, my cousins and relatives, they think that because I'm into the paranormal, is they think that I am going over to the dark side and I'm losing my religion, as REM would say. All right? And I'm not. You can't say this supernatural paranormal stuff is not happening because we're freaking showing you this crap. Okay. All right, hold on.
Yeah, you talk about the horned guy, that's what happens. Yeah.
All right, we should be back on live stream right now. We had perfect streaming here, guys. That should have not happened.
I guess they had sound, but I couldn't tell.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the video completely froze up. What was I talking about, you guys? And I swear to God, if you gave me a Bible right now, I did not do this. All I was talking about what I was talking about. All right? And then all of a sudden, the freaking live stream freezes up. All right? I swear to you. Okay. All right, let's get Heidi. That just pisses me off.
Here we come with Heidi. Are you ready, Heidi?
I'm ticked off right now.
She said she thinks so. Yeah, it really does seem like when we talk about that thing that we have the more problems than we ever had.
Good evening.
Hi, Heidi.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Wow.
Well,
it was going
stopped
great.
For a second.
How freaky is that? I mean, I crept away for a minute to get some chocolate, and I come back and boom, you guys have exploded off the air.
Yeah.
What the heck?
People said that they could hear us, but the screen was completely gone. And again, that never mind. It happens only when I talk about the elite. It does.
Don't say the E word.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the horn guy.
God, that just pisses me off because now it's part 1 and part 2, and people don't like part 1 and part 2 type of deal, but unfortunately this one's going to be a part 1, part 2. There's nothing I can do about it, guys.
It's the Illuminats. That's what happened.
Good.
God.
Man, and I missed the big announcement. I had to catch it in the chat room. I had to work today, believe it or not, so I was out and about. So,
okay.
Holy smokes, that's great news.
Yes, it is. 26 episodes that the Fox Network has just ordered from us for for most of California and probably LA as well. And I got a feeling that it's going to travel eastward, and so yeah. Things are going to start happening, I believe now.
Yay!
Yay!
Everybody
is
raise
right.
your coffee mugs.
Yes. with the alcohol in them.
Yeah, some of the Baileys. Mm-hmm.
The harder stuff. So, all right, Heidi, let's talk about what you got going here. You sent me some photographs, and for all those who are listening at artbell.com, you can go to artbell.com right now on the homepage. Look for Heidi photographs, and you'll see Heidi's name on there, and click on that, and we're going to talk about those photographs. Heidi, tell everybody who in the heck you are and what you're doing and all that stuff.
Oh gosh, man, you guys better prepare yourselves because I am wackadoodle. I'm just kidding. But I like to say I'm someone who has been there, seen that, experienced it, freaked out, found some answers, wrote about it, got over it, and now I'm hoping to help others do the same thing and understand this crazy world of ours because there's a lot of crazy things out there. And I want to invite everybody, if you would like some odd advice and to share your stories on everything from angels to aliens, please take your time and send your pictures, info, questions, stories over to oddadvicehh@gmail.com. Or you can also visit HeidiHarless.com, and you could send your stuff on through there, find me on Facebook, all that good stuff. So, yeah. And you know what, Jeff, I have to say, Okay, you were talking about the Oscars and how they look very much like the Egyptian statues that
Right.
you see over there. You know, those statues, those Oscars, they're made here in Chicago, so I'm leaning towards that they might be a gang sign of some sort.
Really? They're made in Chicago, huh?
Yeah, they're made here in Chicago. They, like, highlight it every time, it's about to go on air. It's like, and all of them have been buffed, dipped, and made in gold here in Chicago. It's like,
Why?
yeah, okay.
Why Chicago? What's so special about Chicago that they can't do that in L.A.?
Because the police officers beat people up randomly. A lot of hate going on here. A lot of shootings. A lot of blood spillage. You can take a lot of blood and spill it into the Oscars, and nobody would ever know it because there's lots to go around.
What the hell did that have to do with that building?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just making this up.
Wow. Okay. Well, that is just very weird that they're making them in Chicago. You would
never eat red snow.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I thought that was weird too, and I always wondered, why this guy shaped like that, and does have that ring of familiarity, like what, you've seen this someplace, So when you showed the Egyptian statuettes and whatnot, I'm like, oh, that's it. That's where I've seen those. Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of weird.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. All right, Heidi, you sent me some pictures, and I have them, and we are going to look at them right now. Let's go with Heidi's picture number 1.
Yeah. Let's go with number 1. And I want to invite people, okay, because I have an interest in a lot of crazy stuff. And, lake monsters are near and dear to me. No, they're not. I'm just making that up, too. But I just think the whole topic is just a freaky thing. I don't know if this got posted up there, but I don't know if you guys know that there's a Wikipedia page for lake monsters around the world. These things appear everywhere.
Right.
I'm talking about Canada. Canada's got Reindeer Lake, Thetis Lake, Lake Manitoba, Lake Utopia. Lake Utopia. I'm sorry, that's in that's Canada as well. United States has them in like so many states. It's crazy. Cameroon has it.
Lake Tahoe.
A Republic of of course, a Republic of the Congo. If you go to that Wikipedia page, you will be just blown away. The list goes on and on. China, Turkey, Russia, Sweden, Norway, Italy. It's crazy. It's
right.
crazy.
It's just not Loch Ness.
What's that?
It's just not the Loch Ness monster, man. It's not.
Oh, yes, indeed. So the first picture that I sent you is probably the most famous of crazy lake monsters, the Loch Ness monster. And this thing is said to live in Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands. And, this is crazy. Okay, so I think everybody at some point that if you're into this stuff has heard of freaking Nessie.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Nessie is crazy. Oh, hold on. I think that picture you got is of Champ. That's
Champ. Yeah. Okay. So what you want me?
Champ. Number 1 is Nessie.
See, when I get these pictures, I don't know why they come in backwards or something. Okay, that's Nessie. That I know for a fact is Nessie. Okay.
No, that one right there, that's Champ.
No,
I don't know. Maybe you switched it.
Right.
Yeah,
I just switched it. So.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a delay.
Nessie is probably the most popular.
Right.
But there was it was first brought to the attention of the world in 1933, and this picture here is just like, I don't know, everybody seems to have seen this darn thing, but not the second one. I have not seen or heard anything about this mummified baby Nessie. I don't know if you see number 2 there.
Yeah, I got it up right now.
So when you look at number 2, this is crazy. Okay, so there's a picture of a guy there up in the corner, and it says this gentleman in the photo is reportedly a physician who conducted an autopsy on this tiny little Nessie.
Now,
it's kind of gross.
Now, is this Nessie from the Loch Ness? Is that where they got this?
This is a baby Nessie reportedly taken from Loch Ness. Yes. It's kind of gross. It looks like that thing from the movie Aliens that bursts from your chest and starts, tearing around.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, it's gross. I'm like, ooh, that's. Where's the Sigourney Weaver when you need her. That thing is nasty looking. So anyway, so this physician conducted an autopsy on this little beast, the guy that you see in the picture, and it says with this card accompanying this exhibit, this Dr. Alexander Moore, in 1912, he led an expedition to prove the existence of Nessie. His team searched the loch for more than 3 weeks and returned with this infant specimen. The creature was already dead when it was discovered, but the doctor was able to preserve the heart, one lung, and a segment of intestine. I think that's just the intestine there.
Right.
A nasty bit of intestine with teeth. No, I'm just kidding. You can see that little vial or something. And supposedly, this thing traveled with Doc Wetzel's Traveling Curiosity Show of Old Gettysburg Village. I was like, wow, it's like you think you've heard it all when it comes to some of these monsters.
And where is this located right now?
I don't know exactly where this exhibit is right now. I wonder if it's still with like this old collection of Doc Wetzel's Traveling Curiosity Show or something.
That's cool.
I have no idea.
That's cool.
That's just pretty wild. I'm like, wow. Nessie had a baby and it's stolen.
Very cool.
So that was crazy. I'm like, wow, okay, all right. So now the next one is probably the next most famous is Champ of Lake Champlain. Wow, they call him Champy too. I don't get it.
Right.
But on artbell.com, you'll be able to go to this link of this video. This is just crazy. I just couldn't believe this story, and I want to say that I remember seeing this video. It was probably about 10 years ago, and it was of this I think it was father and son fishermen that went out fishing, and this thing swam so close to their boat that they were able to get a video of it with its head close to the boat. And they were truly shaken. And on the video, there's a guy that's saying, yep, that this has not been altered, this video. I mean, something large and long is swimming alongside of this fisherman's boat. I mean, it's just crazy. And it was featured, I want to say it was ABC News. So do go to artbell.com and check out that YouTube video. Now, just to share a little bit about Champ.
Right.
My goodness, this is just crazy. But this is Lake Champlain is a freshwater lake, and it is partially situated across the U.S.-Canadian border and in the province of Quebec. And it's close to Vermont and the New York border. This thing, I guess there's been over 300 sightings of Champ. That's just cuckoo. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, I don't know, but I bet that's more than old Nessie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, 300? So, okay, the earliest report of Champ, a genuine sighting, was from 1819. A Captain Crumb, I think that was on the box of a cereal or something. Captain Crumb was aboard the Bullawagga Bay, some scow of a boat. And he says he saw a black monster that was about 187 feet long with a flat head that resembled a seahorse. According to the account, the monster reared its ugly head more than 15 feet out of the water.
Wow.
The creature was 200 yards in the distance and traveled with the utmost velocity while being chased by two large sturgeons. So apparently there's a natural predator for the lake monsters of the world, the sturgeons, which are ugly beasts of fish. Ugh, They are really ugly. We're chasing poor Champ. But with this captain's vision, Captain Crumb noticed that it had only 3 large teeth, large eyes, and the color of a peeled onion.
Huh.
And he says it had a white star on its forehead. I mean, that's just so weird. And let me see, it also said that Champ was pretty much quiet for the next 50 years until reports of the monster started to resurface in newspapers around 1873. I mean, man, I guess that was pretty traumatic for Champ, and Champ needed a rest. I don't know. Yeah. The sturgeons are chasing it down.
Has there been any recent sightings?
You know what? Well, the video that I want to say that was like from 10 years ago.
Okay.
The link that I sent you. I mean, absolutely, just really amazing. And I mean, these fishermen were shaken. I mean, they're just like, it came along the side of the boat. We could see it was long. You guys have got to check it out. It's really, really a crazy, crazy looking thing. Now, my home state. I mean, I was born in California, but I was raised in Wisconsin, and I wanted to highlight the lake monsters of Wisconsin. Just because Wisconsin just doesn't get enough attention.
Yeah, it's just the
the
cheese. That's it, cheese, right?
You can switch on over to the next.
All right.
The next looking creature. I just think this is hilarious, but I loved it. This is some kind of artist rendition.
Okay.
But the lake monster, I guess it's the most famous, is from Rock Lake, Wisconsin, and Rock Lake. I want to say, it was in 1869 that there were countless occasions, I guess for like 15 years, that an oversized serpent was spotted lurking around, hissing at boaters. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
I mean, just crazy. So, and they would oftentimes, this creature would grab the bait from fishermen and pull them a little distance and scare the crap out of them. This one fisherman named Hassan was once struck. He struck a spear into the monster, but he couldn't hold it. He said that it was as powerful as an ox. In 1882, they were calling this thing the Rock Lake Terror, and it was increasing in its size and temper. I mean, I guess this thing was getting ticked off. I mean, it had a spear lodged in it. I mean, you ever see a bull in a bullfight after it got a spear in it?
Yeah.
It would get a little ticked off.
Right.
So it really start rampaging. So I don't blame this Rock Lake Terror from doing that. So this is interesting, and with you guys being Bigfoot guys, I thought that you guys would find this fascinating.
With these creatures that are, that look like a plesiosaurus or whatever, I can't even pronounce it, but plesiosaurus. Thank you. I think I believe that there are oceans underneath us and tunnels leading from lakes to lakes and all that kind of stuff, and that's why. Sometimes you'll see them, and then all of a sudden, for 20 years, they're gone MIA because they're somewhere inside of a mountain someplace that are hideaways, and I believe there are still creatures like that, and they're just hiding. And once in a while, they'll come out.
Oh, I believe it. Now, this one element of them, I thought you guys would get a kick out of this because you're Bigfoot guys.
Right.
And what do the Bigfoot do? They will hold really still. Well, you'll overlook them and think that they're a tree, right?
Right.
Bigfoot?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Guess what? That is a common thing that these lake monsters do. People think it's a log because it'll sit there lifeless, and then all of a sudden it'll raise its snake-like head out of the water. I'm like, wow, it was a common thread that I was finding in all these stories. It's like, thought it was a log, overlooked it, the thing stood up. I mean, wow.
Huh.
So they found a way to adapt.
Right.
I've seen some. I was sitting on a dam, on top of a dam of a large lake close to here, and I thought I was looking at logs in the water, and all of us, and I mean pretty big logs, and all of a sudden one of them swam and spooked all the rest of the logs, and they all went down, and they were actually, I found out later, giant carp. Like 10 footers, big, huge, giant ones.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
My goodness.
I heard the catfish was even bigger.
I would have triple dog dared you to try to cross those logs.
Right. Oh man. It sounds like a new video game coming out.
Right.
Yeah,
Frogger, right? Frogger? Oh my gosh, Frogger. I haven't said that name in many years.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's funny too. Some of the stories that surround this Rock Lake in particular. Now, Rock Lake is known. If you flip to the next picture there, of the rock lake pyramids that are at the bottom of the lake there.
What?
Some have said and have rumored that this creature that lives in the lake there are protecting the pyramids. And this is an artist's rendition from 1970. This is crazy. This is the first sketch of the Rock Lake Pyramid from 1970 in the issue of a magazine called Skin Diver, as presented. Oh, I'm sorry, issue of Skin Diver as presented in Ancient Man. I don't know if that's the name of the magazine too. Who knows? But I mean, what an interesting concept that perhaps this creature is, is standing its ground. I'm like, whoa, that's something that I hadn't heard of before. I think it was part of the native lore in the area as well. I want to find this one little
and we talked about a couple of weeks ago that when Mickey was here, that it's kind of weird that at the bottom of lakes here in the central San Joaquin Valley, we have Millerton and Pine Flat. At the bottom of these lakes, there are actually towns that are buried under these lakes, and I wonder how, what other lakes around the United States are actually man-made lakes to cover up something that's underneath in the lake,
right. Oh, hey, I wouldn't. As they say, nothing is new.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything is. It's been lived upon before. I mean, we don't know what's taken place, layers and layers down.
Right.
I mean, it's. There's just so much going on. You know what's fascinating? Okay, in Wisconsin during the 1890s, serpents were seen in other lakes of southeastern Wisconsin lakes, which included Madison Chain of Lakes plus Kushakong, I don't know how to pronounce that, Elkhart, Pewaukee, Oconomowoc, Delavan, and Lake Geneva, all in the 1890s. All of these lake monsters being reported seen in them. Now, I have to share this one because this is just absolutely hilarious. I mean, you guys like humor just as much as I do. So, here we go. Lake Mendota's water serpent. This is in Madison, Wisconsin. Their water serpent was as big as any other, which was 40 to 50 feet long, but seemed to be cast in a different mold. In 1917, there was a report of a girl sunbathing dockside when suddenly she felt her foot being tickled. She turned to see the head of a huge snake, and its long tongue was flicking out to gently caress the sole of her foot.
He was tasting
In spite
her.
of her terror, she later described the creature as having a friendly and humorous look in its large, soft eyes. The serpent was promptly nicknamed Bozo and was seen several times near Lake Mendota's university campus, most often late at night during wild frat parties. Well, probably a little booze was involved in that then. But,
Right.
I mean, how funny. And, what's interesting to me, except for some of these more horrific stories with over the Rock Lake creature, I mean, for the most part, these things haven't hurt anybody. But then I came across this story. Hold on, this one is...
Well, you know what? If they
yeah.
don't know, I mean, if people go missing a lot, and they go fishing, and all of a sudden they don't come back. What not to say that these things are thrashing the boats and eating these people? I mean, you don't know.
A reptilian, it uses its tongue to taste like that, and to sense heat. So it
that's
was
true.
like
That's
tasting
true.
that girl with
Yeah.
with the tip of its tongue. That's what
I
it
don't
was
think
doing.
it was smiling. I think it was pleased at her flavoring.
Yeah, it was probably like,
That's crazy. But it's funny though. Still, this same lake monster in Rock Lake. Okay, this is just a little cray cray. So Rock Lake, a hideous reptile likes to sport. This is the report. Likes to sport around its waters and gulps down everything that it finds in them. In 1853, a band of Indians who fled hither for security against the soldiers were overtaken by this creature, lashed to death, as if how an alligator might slam you against the rocks, and ate them all.
Whoa.
Oh,
Wow.
I was like, what? That is crazy. That is crazy. I mean, this is a mean lake monster, everybody.
I
Nobody
guess.
go to Rock Lake alone. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
That is just crazy. Now, I'm from Wisconsin, and, I run into such interesting people, though I live in Chicago now. But I actually met somebody whose sister was met with a lake monster. That's right. Dundee, Wisconsin, Campbellsport. It's like right together, Dundee, Wisconsin, and Campbellsport, Wisconsin, on Long Lake. And this person that I had bumped into was telling me how their sister was being pulled behind a boat, and she was skiing, water skiing. And she started freaking out, screaming, pull me in, and they're like starting to slow down. She's like, no, keep going, but pull me in. And they said she just could not be calm. She said the whole time she was being pulled, this giant snake-like thing was swimming behind her as if trying to catch up with her. I mean, my goodness, she should have counted her lucky stars for her good balance in such a moment. That's all I could say.
Wow. I
mean, whoa, that's crazy. That is just crazy. I don't know what I would do if I saw something like that swimming behind me. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
I'd start reeling myself in,
Right.
You start like pulling on the rope, pulling myself to the boat.
Wow.
I would have hoped that I could have sprouted some wings or something. Gosh, I mean, that's horrible. But so those are my reports for lake monsters.
Cool.
Because I just thought that was the craziest thing. I mean, some of the stuff that I came across, I'm like, whoa, I haven't heard about that,
Yeah.
But and I've got a quick email if you guys are ready.
Yes.
You
Go.
got time?
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, all right, I'll do this one. Okay. It says, Dear Heidi, here's a weird story. Well, that's what we're about here. But it's completely true. I was taking my girlfriend, now wife, on our first date away from our hometown of Maple Ridge, Vancouver, British Columbia, about 25 miles east. We parked on a main van street called Robson. I don't know what. Oh, I think they mean Main Vein Street. Robson is a high-end shopping area. We were walking on the south side, heading west, going to English Bay. As we walked along there, this tiny, maybe 2-foot-tall female just walked past us. She was tiny but fully proportionate to the human anatomy. She had on a hide-type coat, partially opened, with some necklace-type things made out of wood and resembling crosses in circles, and some more we couldn't get. She had on these pointed shoes that you see on gestures and such, which were bizarre. Her pants were striped white and I think blue. Like I said, she was right out of Lord of the Rings. She had dirty blonde, long, messy hair past her shoulders. As we passed her, we both looked at each other as if to see if we saw the same thing. Right at that moment, she turned around and stared at us. An awful stare. For some reason, this sounds familiar to me. Sometimes people resend me emails. I hope this isn't one of them, but let's see here. We turned away from her, walked a few paces forward, then ran across the street. We started to talk to each other about what we witnessed when this tiny creature walked past us again with an evil, staring grin. Oh, my goodness. Okay, that just gave me chills. Not only did we see her having scrubby hair, but also with a wart on her large pointed nose. Whoa. We then walked a little faster to get away from it, ending up on English Bay. There was no way she could have crossed the street and got ahead of us as to pass us once again. Truly something out of this world. We are now married, 25 years have passed, but we still try to figure out what it was. That's the story. On a lighter note, while we went skinny dipping in the Meager Creek hot springs, not only did we see a Sasquatch, but also a large black cat in the middle of nowhere. The Sasquatch was motionless, as if to try to make us think it was a tree trunk or something, but we sensed it and ran to our truck. As we traveled down the logging road, a large black cat ran across the road. please don't use my name, as it's too crazy for anyone to believe this all can be true. Sincerely yours, Steve. Wow.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking, that sounds like a gnome or that,
Right?
I don't want to say fairy.
Jester.
Yeah, gnome or a troll.
Oh.
Wow. And you know what? We get reports of those type of small little creatures, man. And guys, you guys think we're making this up. Well, we're not. I mean, we had an episode on the evil gnome out of Porterville, California. Monsters and Mysteries did an episode on that. And even the Native Americans talk about these small little creatures. I mean, guys,
The ones up at the Thule,
right,
where they did the evil gnome
right
thing.
Uh-huh.
They were verifying that evil gnome thing of that show.
Right.
They were verifying it, saying there's stuff in the river too.
Water babies, right?
Yeah,
Water
yeah,
babies, and even Kathy Strain talks about that in her book. Guys, weird stuff. Yeah, and that's what we're all about here. Weird, like Heidi said.
Truly
So
is. I mean, that was pretty bizarre. For some reason, it sounded familiar to me. I think I've had a handful of such reports sent to me as of late, the past several months. It's always such a, you think that you know this world, you really do, and then you
Right.
get these like, whoa, way out there, like stories that are like, there just has to be a lot of validity to it, because
Yeah.
it's
Well,
too far out there for people to make this up. This is 25 years ago.
right.
They don't want to be, pointed out to say who they are, who experienced this. But, how funny is it that we just got done talking about how these Bigfoot likes to look like a tree. And
Right.
here, these poor people are just running into giant cats and Bigfoot trying to hold still to look like a tree. It's
Right.
hilarious.
I got one for you, Heidi. You know how,
Yeah?
like lately, the shadows people thing has been really hot on Facebook. Everybody's sharing their stories and everything, and I've been keeping track of it. But my mom went to Morro Bay for a week, and she came back yesterday, and she was saying that one of my little nephews woke up and something scared the what right out of him. And now his grandpa would have been 6'6". Okay, but
Okay.
he died a long time ago in the 70s.
Okay.
But he saw something that was around the size of 6'6" in the house, and it was a shadow wearing a long coat.
Oh,
Okay,
gosh.
no hat though, right? And
He doesn't always wear a hat.
right,
Wow.
that's right. Now my aunt, she's into the stuff. She said it was her spirit guide. Don't worry, it won't hurt you.
Oh, boy.
And but his mother said, "Oh, that might be your grandpa,"
Right.
And my mom, she was like, "I'm going home."
Really?
Yeah, it's not good, I'm going home, So she
Right.
wanted to go home,
Wow.
but only that was just only this yesterday morning,
Mm-hmm.
in Morro Bay.
Wow.
Gosh. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It just seems like something is changing. I mean, and
Yeah.
it's like accelerating so quickly. It's absolutely disturbing. And I hope to God that, people like you, me, and others that are doing this stuff, we can open up a few eyes out there to, be prepared for what may happen,
Right. Right.
because it's just important. I mean, we have a lot of fun doing this stuff, but it's serious business, you
Yeah,
know?
it is. It is, and I'm going to talk to everybody about a call that I just got, an hour before the show. But all right, Heidi, we got to let you go because we got 13 minutes left, and we will.
All right, sounds good.
Man.
You guys have an awesome evening.
Yes.
Fun
Bye,
as
Heidi.
always.
And we
Love
will
ya.
talk to you next Sunday. Okay.
Cool. All
Thank
right.
you. Thank
Good
you,
night.
Heidi. Okay. See ya.
Okay,
Bye. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's still a couple more things that I want to talk about. Really quick, I got a call an hour literally before we went on the air, and somebody, it was from La Alhambra or Alhambra in Southern California, and the husband called and he says, "Hey, I don't usually do this. I called this. No, I went on the internet and I typed out blah blah blah. Your phone number came up, so I called you. And basically, for the past 2 years, he's been married now, going on 2 years." and they've been getting they're having a lot of bad stuff happen to him in the house, right? And he goes, what can I do? What can I do? And I told him what to do, and he and I said, as far as saying, the word Jesus Christ and all that, and then I said, well, how long have you been married? He says 2 years. And how long have this been happening? 2 years. And I said, and I said, maybe your wife has something to do with it. And I said, has your wife messed with the Ouija board or anything with black magic or evil or anything like that? And he goes, well, when she was young, she did mess with the Ouija board, and that's as far as he got to it. And I told him, well, in order to get rid of whatever's evil there, you have to be the owner. They were renting, and I told him how to do it. Hung up the phone. The phone rings. Same number comes up on the caller ID. It's the wife. And she goes, hi, I go, my husband just called you. And I said, this stuff has been happening to me all my life. My kids are in danger. I almost died. He just almost died. My kids, there's something going on. And I asked her right off the bat, I go, have you messed with the Ouija board? And she says, well, yes, when I was younger, I did mess with fool around with the Ouija board, and I did mess with black magic and evil. And I said, you're done. I go, there's nothing I can do for you. You opened up something that I cannot help you close. You guys have to stop goofing with this stuff, all right?
The only hope she has is that one hope that everybody can use. I mean, it could still save her out of it.
She says she's tried, and it whatever's there is preventing them from getting rid of it. I mean, she says she's tried everything, and she's down to her last straw. And I said, you know what? There's nothing I can do. You opened up something. You mingled. You goofing around with the wrong crap. And I'm telling you guys out there right now, don't mess with Ouija boards. That SHIT is for real. You mess with it, and they're selling this crap in Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Because they want to get the kids involved.
They're even making pink ones for girls.
You guys just need to stop it, all right? Don't go to a party. Don't go to a Halloween party and all of a sudden see a Ouija board on the table. If you do, get the hell out of there. Because if they start messing with it and open up something, it's going to get attached to you, and you're done. If you have a family with kids, you are done. All right? This is not something to have fun with. All right? The way she was discussing what was going on with her life is a couple of her kids almost wanted to commit suicide. She almost died. He's having problems. He's scared out of his wit. And I told him, dude, you married into something really evil. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do for you. And there's nothing. Stop it. Don't mess with Ouija boards. Don't mess with evil. This stuff is real, guys. Once you open it up, that's it. You're done.
Well,
you are done.
You can get rid of it, but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to give up so easy.
Yeah.
They're going to have to really.
Yeah. Well,
they're going to have to really go. Really fight.
Right. And without anybody to give you instructions on how to do that, guys, because I told her no investigation team, no paranormal team is going to help you do that.
Nope. They'll run away screaming.
Yeah,
they
will run away.
Yeah.
All right, because they have no clue what they're getting themselves. All they're going to do is go and take video and
verify.
Yeah, and say, okay, yep, you got something crazy here. Bye. You're on your own. All right.
Some of them will say they can, but when they get over there isn't anything they can do.
No, there is nothing.
And that's kind of like a little bit misleading, because they're a lot of them that are into that. They bring things home, right?
Right.
With them.
Right. Yeah.
And then if you know some of them, they're having all these health problems.
Right. And that's exactly what's happening with her right now. So
yeah. See,
all right,
so
don't. All right.
Bad.
If you are in a room with a Ouija board, get out. Go. Don't buy one. Yeah. Don't think it's a freaking fun thing to buy for Halloween. Don't.
Heidi says give him her number. She'll try and help him. She could help him too.
Okay. All right. Then I will. Okay. I'll do that, Heidi. Okay. We only got like 6 minutes left, dude. And I want to talk about a little bit about where we were at yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we can spend another half hour.
An hour
talking about this. But okay, we went yesterday, we got a call around the same location where he thinks he's being visited by Bigfoots. And this is not the mountains. We're not talking 5,000, 8,000, 10,000 foot elevation. We are talking valley floor. All right, near the Kings River. That's all I'm going to say. So we took a trip there yesterday, Alan, Robert, myself, and we went. This guy, he's all excited about us being there because he's seen some stuff that he just can't. And I've told you guys about this location.
Do you have the footprint? Picture?
We found some stuff, guys. They're on his place. All right,
and we're talking about where people tell us we're crazy that there's no Bigfoots. Well, I'm gonna tell you, they're down here eating all the oranges and lemons and tangerines. And
this is on his hill, on his property, looking down, and this is where they're coming up. All right. I'm just gonna go through these pictures really quick because we don't have much time.
He has 3 high-power tension line coming straight to his house, and they converge right at his place. So he has these major highways.
Okay.
They like to use.
What you're looking at here is this is the big toe, right here, and obviously you can't see it, but then it goes little and a little and little. Okay. We found these, and they were very spread apart, like 8 feet, 10 feet, 8 feet.
It was
stride.
like 10 feet.
Okay. And and that's what we were finding all over the place. There's very high weeds on the side of this hill, and you see, you can see where it's depressed, a location where it's the weeds are literally pressed in, and there's nothing around it.
Yeah, all the weeds are not disturbed.
Okay, the weeds are not disturbed around it, but you go another 8 feet, 10 feet out, and then you have another pile of weeds that are depressed.
Yeah.
All right. And you're going, what the? That doesn't make any sense. That's not a deer. That's not a rabbit. That's not wild boar.
Well, that one has a toe in it.
That one has a toe on it. Okay, let me show you.
I mean, it's not a deer. That's a footprint with toes.
Right.
It's hard to see in the picture, but really, there's toes in there.
There's toes there. It was kind of hard. Okay. Now, he took us. He goes, Jeff, I have to go show you something that is really bizarre to me. And he says, as a matter of fact, the night before, we went there yesterday, Saturday. He said Friday night he was out working on his water tank, and he was cussing up a storm because he was, he was getting frustrated. All of a sudden, right around his chicken coop, he hears a human whistle at him, very loud, and he looks over and he goes, "What the beep?" He goes, "Who the effing is over there?" And then he yelled out his wife and his daughter's name. He goes, "Are you guys out there?" And all of a sudden, they open the front door, and his wife comes out. He goes, "What are you yelling at?" He goes, "Oh, my God, quick, come here. Somebody is whistling at me right now over there near that tree." Now, he has, what's this? Oh, he has, we're talking the side of hills where he actually has acres of lemons. All right, that's why he's getting a lot of excitement there. Now, all right, let me see. I think, let me look in the Skype here to make sure how much time we got.
We got to see how much time we got.
Okay. Can't see on radio. Please describe. Can't tweet it to me. Oh, okay. It was too late. All right.
This is a picture of a Bigfoot print.
Okay.
That we were looking at. Oh,
okay. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you. He goes, Jeff. I walked around the side of this hill where we have some old trees. He went underneath it and he found something that just didn't make sense to him. All right, and I'm gonna show it to you right now.
See, now maybe we can send these off to Keith.
Okay.
As soon as we get done.
Right. Now, right underneath this, what I am showing you is underneath the tree. There is no what the hell is that? Oh, that's at Keith's place. Oh shoot, music. We're done. Holy mackerel, I had no clue. Holy mackerel.
That was
okay.
a really good
oh my
clue,
gosh,
Keith.
we are so behind. I am sorry, guys. I will start on this next week. I apologize, but man, we have so much to talk about here. I hope you had a great time. Come back next week. We'll see you. I'm Jeffrey with
You
Alan.
have been listening to
crap.
Paranormal
Holy
Central
mackerel.
with Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas, broadcasting worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and on artbell.com. Stay tuned for next time. Remember to keep your eyes to the skies, and we hope you witness something you cannot explain.
Looking for you, you're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe the unexplained? Look into the sky, you realize.
We are now going to be speaking to him directly live from Bangkok, Thailand. Believe it or not. So that is cool.
And international.
International phone call, guys. So that's awesome. I tell you, cell phones, I mean, you got to love them. So, and also, like I said, we're going to be breaking some major news here pretty quick. Also, remember last week, if you were here and you watched our show, I said that I was going to bring in that photograph that my mom had. And we saw the date. Actually, the date's on the paper. It's 1962, where my grandmother, who is very religious, every Christmas Eve used to do a live nativity scene with real life human beings. And the way my mom was talking about it yesterday, a lot of people used to come over to the house, and it was a major thing there. Well, some of the guys who dressed up as the wise men and character were in front of the house, and somebody took a picture. Now, back then, they only had the 35 millimeter photograph, old cameras, right? So they snapped the picture, and on the date on the picture, and I'm going to show it to you. We actually scanned it into the computer system, so I'm going to show it to you. It says April 1960. I don't know if I can see it on here. It's awfully small. 62 or 63. 62, I'm pretty sure. And in the background, on the wood paneling of the house, behind the wise men, there is a face that appeared on the wood. And it's so small. Here's a picture. And I'm gonna get out of this chair before I show it to you, and I'm gonna walk it in front of the camera so you can see this thing. Okay. There is the face that appeared in the back on the wood of the paneling of the house. And I talked to my mom, because I got it from my mom last night. And I said, okay, Mom, I go, is this a picture hanging on the outside of the house? And she laughed at me. She goes, no, you don't hang pictures on the outside of the house. And I just wanted to confirm with her, because I know of this picture. I've seen this picture. When my mom showed it to me many years ago, we didn't have scanners back then. We didn't have computers, so there was no way of really taking this 35 piece of paper, millimeter paper, and scanning it and trying to make it bigger or anything. So Alan brought to the studio one of his scanners, and we scanned it into the computer. And we blew it up, and there's a face there, guys. The whole nativity scene is about the birth of Jesus, right? Well, the face is a male, has a beard, has a mustache on it. Okay. You guys know where I'm going with this? We're going to show this to you. You saw it, Alan. I mean, he's speechless right now. Alan doesn't get speechless. All right. So he's freaking speechless. Look at. All right, guys. I'm going to show this to you guys tonight. I think what we're going to do is, well, before I even go there. Okay, so we have some cool stuff that we're going to talk about and to show you, all right, tonight. So if you guys have some friends who like this type of stuff, then get on the dang phone and call them up, right now and tell them to get on the show. Tell them to watch the show, because it's going to be one of those shows that I think it's going to blow some people's minds. First of all, let's start off with the special announcement that I think I started posting up on Wednesday. The special announcement. What is a special announcement? Last Monday, and I told you last Sunday, the following day, which is Monday, that we were going to have a meeting with the Fox Network here in Fresno, California. We shot with the new production company an episode for the TV show, and we experimented, and we put one together, and we went to the Fox Studios here in Fresno, California, and the general manager was there. We went into the meeting room with a big wood table and the big frickin' 50-inch LCD, high definition TV.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, Blu-ray, and my production guys brought in HD, HD, CD, put it in there, and let him see it. And we played him maybe about 10 minutes, and then we shut it off, and then he says, how many episodes were you going to give me? And I said, well, I thought I was just going to give him 8. And he goes, no, I want 26. And I went, huh? 26. So the Fox Network here in Fresno, California has just ordered 26 episodes for Paranormal Central, guys.
Yeah, and the Fox call sign here is 26.
Right.
So we're going to have 26 shows on channel 26.
Yeah, we are, and what he said is that he's going to play the episodes
here, and fans and Jeff and everybody. You guys changed my life, and I want to thank everybody for that. And I'm glad I'm still sitting here.
I'm glad too.
Me too
as well. So, all right. Well, I just got a message. They want to know when the show is going to start airing at the end of next month, it looks like. So we got to start pumping out these shows. Actually, my cousin is coming down from LA tomorrow. She's actually the set designer, and I showed her the first episode, and I told her, oh, and by the way, we just got picked up for 26 episodes, and she went, I got to come down and change some things on the set because I don't like it, because her name's on the end of that credits. Ariel Rees, my cousin, she graduated from FIDIM. It's I guess it's like one of the schools where you go to learn the broadcast, the set design, all that for Hollywood, and she is like graduated top 3%.
Wow.
Yeah, and right now she's working on commercials and stuff, and so her name is on this show, and so she's going to come down, and she's bringing some stuff with her, and she's going to rearrange some of the stuff on the set and do some stuff that she thinks that needs to be done. So that's cool. I ordered, and I'm going to say it right now, because and unfortunately you're not going to see it here on the internet show. No, you know what? I'm going to wait. No, I'm going to wait. So anyways, okay. So I want to thank everybody for sticking with us. I would have never thought in a million years we'd be where we're at. Seriously, guys, come on. I was doing this for kicks, and how to say it, shits and giggles or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
It was like all about sharing the stuff.
Yeah,
that we're finding.
we're going out, like, we're going to talk about right now what we did yesterday. The opportunity now has been given to us where, you on Facebook always see pictures. Actually, you don't see pictures, hardly you ever see footprints. You see possibly a stump in the forest, and somebody takes the picture and it gets frickin' 10,000 views. Well, it's a frickin' stump, people.
What about the one that, I almost did it, man. I think I said this last week. The picture of the forest with all these red circles.
Right.
And I wanted to hide a Waldo in it because I didn't see anything. There was nothing.
Yeah.
And we go out there all the time. We're out there, and they're ninjas. It isn't even worth putting it up
No.
unless you have something like out in it. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
if you have to strain your eyes and blow it up and still wonder if you're seeing something, don't put it on the internet.
A lot of these, and I'm not going to say what blogs or what websites or who are doing this, but they are grabbing whatever photographs they could find, and they're putting together a freaking 3-minute video, and they're putting it on Facebook. This is the best fit. We just got this on email, and what do you think? All they're doing is they're wanting you to go and watch the video so they can rack up the viewerships and make money. That is it.
That's all.
That's it. And you'll go and you'll say, I just wasted 3 minutes of my life watching this crap. And that's all they're doing. And they're not going up to the mountains. They're not going and spending nights and nights in houses that have, spirits walking. They're not going out and sky watching. They're not going up to the mountains and spending nights after nights looking for Bigfoot and putting up cameras and climbing trees like we do. No, they're taking other people's stuff and they're grabbing it and they're making videos and then they're pushing it on Facebook, wanting you to go and look at it so they can get viewership and get money and monetize it and all that. That's it. And I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting really sick of it, to be honest with you guys. All right?
Especially when it's like some of them lately are old.
Yeah.
When you get on there and you're like, man, I seen that somewhere before.
2 years ago.
Yeah, and then you check it out. It's like, oh, man.
And they're bringing it out again. Why? Because half of you guys haven't seen it, or if you did see it, you guys probably forgot about it. But for them, they don't care. They want you to go watch the video so you can make them money. That's it.
That's it.
That's it, guys. All right?
And some of the other ones, too, like before it's news or something, I try to load it. I have it on my phone.
Uh-huh.
And you load it up, and it takes like 5 minutes. Well, not that long, but a long time for all the ads to load. And then you got to find the story amongst all these ads. It's like, just put an ad or two, and then really put the story, because that's really what it's about to me. But okay. I understand they probably want to quit their job or whatever.
And what ain't gonna happen?
Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and broadcasting audio on the Dark Matter Network at artbell.com. Are you ready to witness something that you cannot explain?
I'm looking for you. You're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe the unexplained? Look into the sky. You realize you're not alone. Open your eyes. You can find the trails that colors run.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from the bottom left-hand corner of the Nevada Triangle in the state of California. So go figure that. My name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host for Paranormal Central. Been doing this show now going on 6-7 years. Glad you can join us. I'm also the founder of a group called the Sanger Paranormal Society. I'm not just a talk show host. I have been investigating the paranormal for a long time. It is one of my passions, and I enjoy it immensely. And I am finding a lot of stuff that I need to show you guys, and that's one of the reasons why I started doing this, because you need to see what we are discovering out there. And I can't do it by myself. I have a team. One of the members of the team is sitting right here to the right of me, which would be to the left of you, Alan Thomas.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you.
Emerald Bonilla is not here today. She is in Sacramento with her grandfather. Grandfather's not doing so good, so she went out there to go visit. Hopefully everything will be okay with the grandfather. So,
Hi, Emerald. I know you're listening.
Hopefully she is listening. So, all right. For those who are watching us at live stream, obviously you're looking at us right now. We are also being broadcasted on the Dark Matter Network at artbell.com. We are sending them the audio, and they are pumping it through their network worldwide. So you have two ways of listening or watching us if you want, either on livestream.com or go to paranormalcentral.net, which is our website. And you have two links there. You can either go straight to livestream or go straight to the artbell.com website, and you can catch us there. We're going to be showing you some pictures here. And we'll be showing them live here on the screen. If you are at Art Bell, you can look at those pictures on the website. Tonight, we're not going to have Danny Valdrama because he's on vacation again. Actually, he's just coming back from San Jose, and he's on route right now, probably listening to us right now.
And, Hi, Danny. We know you're listening.
Right. So he's actually probably listening to us right now in his vehicle. And he had to go, I think, take his daughter to school. She's in the Coast Guard, and I think she's going to school to become, higher up in the ranks, which is cool. And so he's on his way back, and he wasn't going to be able to make it in time. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Actually, we have some important breaking announcement that I'm going to go ahead and start off with in a little bit here. We actually have, which is going to be really cool, anybody familiar with the Orang Pendek? Is that how you pronounce it? The Orang Pendeks. And different monsters from like China and India and the Yowie from Australia. Well, we have somebody that we're going to call from Bangkok, Thailand. All right. It is tomorrow over there at 9 o'clock a.m. is where we're going to be calling him. His name is Daniel. This guy here is the guy who's been going on these expeditions. And we actually got a line hooked up, and we're going to talk to him from Bangkok, Thailand. All right, you guys? And I think this is going to be the first time he's actually ever done an interview. Maybe. I think we'll have to talk to him about that. But he actually heard that we were talking about one of his expeditions on the show about a month ago or 3 weeks ago. Because Danny, Danny does a Squatch report. And he did a small report on his expedition. And somebody said, hey, dude, artbell.com has some of your pictures on the website. So he said, really? What? So he notified Art Bell's people, Keith, and Keith sent us his email. And we got a hold of him, or actually Danny got a hold of him. And Danny made it happen. Thank you, Danny Valdrama. And we commercial from us.
Right.
A 20-second commercial, and they're going to play that for free to pump. Okay, you guys understand what we are saying here? They're going to air our show for free, and we're going to get probably a time slot that's equivalent to frickin' Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon on late night TV.
Yeah, locally here.
Locally
here. Still,
we're going to be up against these guys.
Come on.
The general manager, when we went and sat and talked to them, 5 months ago.
Yeah.
It came from his mouth because there was two other guys in there, and they were saying, what do you need to make this happen locally? What do you need? And obviously we need money. All right. I'm financing this by myself, you guys. Okay. And even the general manager, James Peck, right? James.
Well, Mr. Peck.
Okay, Mr. Peck.
Jack Peck.
Jack Peck.
Mr. Peck.
He says you can play the live show that we did at the Crest Theater. He looked at that and he says, this could go up right up against, and that was, I'm not tooting my horn. I'm not, my head is not going to explode, but he said, the passion that we have doing this, it's showing on freaking video because we're putting our soul, our life into this for you guys. All right. And they see it here at the Fox Network in Fresno, California. That's why. So we are going to give them 26 episodes, and there you go. So all those people in the central part of California, and probably Los Angeles and Orange County will be able to see us live. All right. Now, for all those other
recorded live. You know, we'll be doing it live.
Oh
but
yeah,
it's recorded
yeah.
live,
Right.
so-
Yeah. So that is our major announcement. That just doesn't happen. So we are honored and flattered that they're giving us this opportunity to prove ourselves, and we're going to do it. Okay. So that is our major announcement.
I'm speechless on that one. It's so amazing. In fact, I was telling Jeffrey when I sat down, I go, I wanted a couple of minutes, and I'll take that couple minutes. A few years ago, I got hurt, got disabled, and I spent 5 years hiding from everyone, and riding around in a wheelchair and really no life, But I made some friends online that had the same disease I do, but then they committed. 3 of them committed suicide. I mean, I had a bunch more friends than that, but they committed suicide, and then it was like, I have to do something. Like I didn't want my life to be sitting in a little corner or anything like that. And then I met Jeff, and I got to thank Jeff. He got me out of my little corner, and we've been on these adventures. We went on an adventure yesterday.
We're going to talk about that today.
Yeah, and it was quite an adventure. It was all day, and I actually there was something I had to swear with my right hand that I can't say what it is, but but I wanted to go up there really bad and see it like they did, and so I pushed myself. I made it about halfway, and my leg gave out, and so I thought I was going to fall back down the mountain, but I made it. I at least made it halfway, and then I sat down and let the leg rest, and then I made it to a place where they could pick me up with a car. But what I want to say is, you guys are great, man. I mean, I went from nobody, nowhere, hiding, and then Jeff's been helping me and pushing me and getting me out there, and I want to thank everyone for supporting me. And then a couple of weeks ago, I had a really bad infection. It was like touch and go. Like they were saying, if I didn't get to the hospital, I might not be sitting here right now.
Yeah, I had no clue it was that serious.
Well, I wasn't telling anybody because I don't try to speak that. You know what I mean? Like, I believe that you can speak things in your life. So if you go around blabbing that, it's going to take you out, it gives whatever those forces are a chance to take you out, right? So I don't speak the negative stuff. I try to stay positive, and it worked. And here I am. But I want to thank everyone. I'm going to turn 56 Tuesday. And we've been doing the show. You guys are amazing. Because of you guys, I push myself to go even further on these expeditions and research trips and stuff like that. And I want to thank Jeff for even giving me the chance and the opportunity. And sometimes I feel like I'm not really all there for everybody, but I do as best and as much as I can. And for me, it's way far from being in a little corner hiding from everyone and sitting behind a computer monitor, hiding from your family and everything. So my family and my friends on
twice, which means it's going to go 52 weeks.
Right.
So it's going to go a whole year. So we have just been given the go to give them 26 episodes of Paranormal Central for television, guys. And they are talking with one of their affiliates in Los Angeles. And I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, and they're going to carry the show in Los Angeles as well. So,
and we're hoping. I mean,
it's going to start.
Yeah, I
domino
didn't
effect.
say if it would go up on the availability.
I got a feeling it is. If they put their first step pilot on the availability system, and that one sucked. Okay, this one is going on there. So that is our special announcement, guys. We have been given the go ahead. The Paranormal Central TV show has been given the green light, and we are going to give them 26 episodes, which means for the next 6 months, if you are in Central California and probably Los Angeles to start off with, you will be able to view our show on TV. Yeah, pressure is on.
Yeah, and we're trying to figure out a way where we can put it on like Vimeo or something like that. Only thing is we can't put it on for free. We'll probably have
Now,
to
okay,
do
let's
something,
clear this up. Okay, when the Fox Network says we want 26 episodes, okay, what they're doing is they're trying us out. So they're not like, we're not signing like a major contract with them for like hundreds and thousands of dollars. All right, we're going to produce it ourselves, and they're going to air the damn thing for free.
Yep.
And it looks like the way he was talking, he even mentioned it to us because they were going to give us a pretty lame time slot. After he saw the opening intro of the new show, he says, I think I could probably bump this up. So if you guys remember watching our last episode, the first pilot episode, they actually aired it at 11:30 right after Friends. And they didn't just air it on the Fox network. He also aired it the following week on the CW network as well, because the network, the Fox and the CW are together here in Fresno. They're owned by the same company, Sinclair Broadcasting out of Texas, which owns 90-something% of all the networks in the United States. I think it's going to finally happen, you guys. Obviously, you don't see the excitement from me here yet, right now, because I already fainted and I already drank a bottle of tequila on Tuesday after we got the information and got the announcement. So it takes a lot to get me excited, and Alan could pretty much verify this, that, our viewerships on YouTube right now are going through the freaking roof, and I cannot even comprehend how many thousands of people per day are watching our shows. Not just one show, but all of the back shows. They're going back and they're watching all these shows, and our every day is averages between 1,000 and 2,000 views per day, and that's blowing me away right now.
That's been growing,
and it's growing. It's still growing. Even on
that
live
means
stream.
we're not ever going to stop this.
No,
right here.
no, yeah. Even on live stream heard on what was going on. 4 weeks ago, we only had 397 followers on live stream. Then they heard about the viewership, and they sent me a message and said, we're going to do something to increase your followers. And I said, okay. And I have no clue what they did, but now we're at 2,600 followers or subscribers, and it's increasing like almost 100 per day. And I don't know what they're doing, but it's not. When I get from the followers on live stream, I get dings on my iPhone because it tells me whenever you get a follower, you get a ding. Just like when you get a comment on YouTube, you got an email, you get hundreds. Well, I am getting literally hundreds of people subscribing to live stream on our channel, and a lot of these names I can't even pronounce.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And I was telling Alan this, and Alan said, you know what? The same thing on YouTube. A lot of them are overseas.
Yeah.
A lot are overseas. And I don't know how they're finding out about us, and I don't really care.
Well, all you guys in Saudi Arabia and over there, they listen. They actually have, where they can break it down in metrics.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually watching longer than any other country. Did you know that? Saudi Arabia. I don't know if it's our guys over there, that they're just kicking back and want to hear a little bit of home, and this kind of topic, or if it's actual Saudis listening. I have no idea, but I know a lot of the names.
Right.
I'm not even going to try to even say them because I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
It's incredible, guys. Even the Fox Network here has ordered a